All right, I'm live. Been live for a couple seconds. um, so yeah, I've been live for a couple seconds. So before I get into a brief live about what's coming up in this new year, God willing, hi the cynical one, hi Krishna. Oh my goodness, shalom you guys. Shalom, shalom, shalom. And you guys know shalom means peace, it means God's peace. Hi, Krishna. Hi, Cynical One. So yeah, so before I go into just a brief conversation about what's coming up in the new year, I wanted to say first, I talked to you guys about John Gray the other day. And I wanted to say something else that he said. Hey, Queen Scorp, it's so good to see you. Thank you guys. Okay, if you guys need to multitask, I know it's Christmas. Christmas is coming up. It doesn't mean a lot for me. Hi, Janice, hon. It's so good to see you. Hello. Shalom. Yeah, you guys multitask. Do what you guys need to do, okay? I'm not going to be here for long. Just going to share with you something really quick and then let you guys know what's coming up in the new year. So, I was listening to John Gray, okay? So, he was talking about the Lord being on the cross, right? So the Lord, of course, if you believe in Jesus, so Jesus was on the cross, right? He'd gone through so much suffering and um, to get there. Hi, who dat? Hi, awesome who dat? Shalom. It's really good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So the Lord was on the cross, right? And he was there to make propitiation for our sins. He paid the price for our sins. Um, and what he said really, I feel like I've heard it before, but never have I took this in. Maybe I haven't heard this before, but what he said, oh my gosh, it really touched me in my spirit, in my soul. He said that, okay, so when it comes to your heart, I do know this, you have a pericardium. And the pericardium, it's a sac of fluid around your Scorpio mama. If you got to leave, my dear, please do. I'm not, I don't have any presents to wrap or trees or ornaments to put up. So I don't expect a lot of people to come in here. People are spending time with their family. And I hope you guys are with your family, friends, loved ones, um, enjoying. Okay. So around your heart, you have a pericardium, right? And it's a sac around your heart that's filled with fluid and it helps with friction. It helps protect your heart, right? Like the Lord says, guard your heart. Um, and so when they pierced the Lord's side, right, out came blood and water. And the precious thing about that is when in real life, if somebody gets stabbed in their pericardium, water is going to come out first, right? Because the sac with fluid is going to come out first. But with the Lord, when they pierced his pericardium, blood came out first. And that blood is washing for us. That blood is and the thing is, we love that the Lord shed his blood for us, but we will never know what that means to the Father. We'll never know. We'll never know that. Even when we're with him, we'll never know how much that means to the Father. So first we need to get the washing of the blood and get sanctified and have our sins forgiven so that we could come forward to our God. So the blood came out first. And then came the water, and the water is the word, right? The water in the word, the washing of the water in the word. And the word is God breathed, God spoken, and the word is what we should be fortified with. And so, what John Gray said, right? What John Gray said, and this goes back to even church hurt. I talked about church hurt. I talked about my experiences. I'm gonna talk this new year. I'm gonna talk about more of my experiences, spiritual and otherwise. But I'm gonna keep it cute. Okay, I'm not gonna be an oversharer. But it touched me because he said when we get poked by other people, when other people pierce us, right? And I correlate that with church hurt because for me, church has been such a big part of my life, except, and I had a big cry with the Lord today, except when I had periods where I identified as atheist. And that was just, my heart was hardened, right? And times when I wouldn't go to church, I wouldn't go to the prayer meetings, I wouldn't go to the conferences. I would really love to show you guys one of the conferences that we have. Hey Joe. Hey Joe, Shalom. It's really good to see you. Um, God has always been there. He's always been there. He's always been there for me. He's never forsaken me. He's never turned his back on me. I think he even got a kick of when I would say like, "Oh, I don't believe in." I think he laughed about it because he was always there. Anyways, so he said like when you get poked, your reaction to that person should not be to poke them back, but to actually feed them with the word. I don't know if this makes a lot of sense to you guys, but it opened my eyes. It really touched me that because the Lord had told me, was it this year or last year? He told me, all that hurt that you have, all those offenses that you have, you don't have the right to have them. You don't have the right. I took care of all those offenses. Um, So yeah, so when we get poked by others, and listen, I always say this. If you're on a spiritual journey, it's called life. It's a continuum. There's ebbs and flows, right? So sometimes when somebody pokes you, maybe not. You might not have the word to speak to them, but you can just keep it going. You might not want to turn the other cheek, but you can keep it going. So don't spend a lot of time in hurt. Don't spend a lot of time in offenses. Hey Pelu. Oh, it's so good to see you in here, Pelu. Shalom. Thank you for coming in. So yeah, so when people poke you, let's try to have a different reaction. Okay. And then the new year, you guys, I've already started my journey to improving my health. I am cheating a little bit. I do take Ozempic. I just poked myself right now. Hey Real, what's up Real? It's good to see you. Shalom. Late today. No, you're not late. I just started. I just started. But go back, replay the first part, Real. I think that you would enjoy that. And I loved your short you did today. But anyways, you guys, in this new year, I'm not making New Year's resolutions because I just don't do that. Um, but I definitely am going to be more at peace. I'm definitely going to bring you guys more peace. I'm definitely, when it comes to my brothers and sisters on this app, I'm going to share you guys out a lot more. I'm going to be there for you guys, support you guys a lot more. I will not be working like a fiend anymore. I'm trusting in the Lord, that the things that I've been holding on to in the past, I can get rid of so that I'm not a working fiend. I'm gonna be Scorpion Mama said, yes, I need to stop holding crap. And Real said, flush the toilet. I mean, there you go. Um, yeah, so this, yeah. And then I don't I don't think I'm going to indulge and I said this last year, and so this year I'm more determined because I'm in this place in my spiritual journey with the Lord where it's pretty painful, um, because you if I don't know. It's just it's painful. There's blockages there that maybe I'm holding on to those blockages, and he's trying to take them, but I think that he is slowly taking them. And so I will be revealing more of my spiritual journey as well. I'm going to talk about some topics that I'm going to talk about some topics that for for my growth and for the growth of my subscribers, and for healing, you guys. The healing journey continues as well. um I'm going to just leave a lot of negativity behind. I'm going to be supporting you guys. I hope that you guys support me. I have been appreciating the love that I've been getting on YouTube, and I appreciate you guys very much. We're going into a new year, and it's time to get spiritually and emotionally, financially, mentally, spiritually, physically healthy. So I might come on and do a prayer. I pray for you guys. You guys pray for me. I want this to be a wonderful year. I want this to be a wonderful year, and I pray that we all make it this year. And I pray blessings over my family, many blessings over my family, and I pray many, many, many blessings over you guys' family. And if you do make a New Year's resolution, I pray that you are able to fulfill it. Um, and and I pray for you guys' channel, for you channel holders. Um, I pray that your channels, like your channels would, you would do better, get more subscribers, come out with the content, get in the algorithm, inspire others. Let's inspire each other. Let's love each other. Let's let iron sharpen iron. Let's not rebuke each other, but come, when just come to just yeah I just want to exude positivity. And then, even, I suffer from depression here and there, and definitely anxiety here and there. Even on those days, I just might come live and chat with you guys, because chatting with you guys definitely makes me feel better. But yeah, this new year, I'm not going to feed anything that doesn't help me grow. And if Satan wants to test that theory, then I'm gonna deal with that accordingly. So yeah, I'm looking forward for the new year. I'm going to get back doing my travel. We're gonna be doing some traveling, going to different states. There's some states I don't want to go to, but because, like, Arkansas, because I think it would be boring, but maybe I can go and find something fun to do in Arkansas. I don't know. But I'm gonna travel more this year, bring you guys along with me. And we're gonna have some conversation, you guys. They're gonna be deep conversations. They're going to be eye-opening, enlightening. Yeah, I, I've got a lot of I've got a lot of good things that I plan on sharing with you guys. I'll still do a staycation here and there. I'm gonna do a lot more for the homeless, um, a lot more for the homeless, and more recipes. I'm gonna do more recipes in my Eat Superb with Senna, Drink Superb with Senna, and Superb Desserts by Senna. I'm gonna give you guys more recipes. I'm gonna be doing more ice. I was doing that before a lot of you guys joined my channel. I'm going to go back to doing things that make me happy, and with the ice, it's like, anyways, I eat ice every day because I'm anemic. Yeah. What did I want to say? Let's have a good year, you guys. Let's have a good year. Yes. Let me just read you guys. Fantastic Five, I saw you come in, sweetheart. Thank you so much for coming in. Let me just read you guys' comments. You guys are just speaking to each other. Real said, when people engage or speak down upon me, it just makes me create more laughable content and create live streams to spread the love and light. Huh? Yeah, Real, it's it's definitely it definitely just leave the miserable people in this year. Just leave the miserable people in this year. When people are talking about you, when people are, um, trying to attack your character to other people, following you around, watching everything you do, even if you block them, they find ways to follow you around and troll you. And I said this before. Once if you're doing all that to me and I'm not doing that to you, it just means that you're giving me your power. And so I have the power. So in this new year, I'm just going to have the power. I don't have, but the thing is, like, I don't have beef with anybody. I don't. It's just, I just don't have beef with anybody. And so, you know, when people talk about you, and that's true, when people talk about you, you just come out and you just do your content, and it is what it is. People are going to dissect everything anyways, so just come out and do your content. You've already won. You've already won. But we're going to leave miserable people behind. We're just going to let them be miserable on their own, and I hope these people actually have a good new year. Scorpio said, "Fantastic Five, I was in your bush." Okay, Fantastic Five. For some reason, I cannot at Fantastic Five on my post. It's driving me crazy. And then I tried to at somebody else, and it wouldn't let me do that. And I was able to at them before. YouTube, I don't know. YouTube is crazy sometimes. Janice said, Cinna, you would understand this. I wanted a double cheeseburger. I know, stay healthy, but I got an urge to give the homeless couple that money and did. It felt like I was full. Isn't that the best feeling, Janice? Janice, God bless you. You guys, Janice, when I started my homeless outreach channel, Janice was the first person to give me a donation, and it went to a very, very good cause. And I love Janice. Janice is very, very giving, and yeah, you're healthy. You wanting a double cheeseburger? I don't even see you eating a double cheeseburger, Janice, because you're so healthy. But y'all, that is so sweet. Instead of doing that, you gave the money to a homeless couple, and that makes a big difference in their life. It makes a big difference in their life. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you for doing that, Janice. Wonderful. Thrive and Glow with Joe said, hi, Janice. Fantastic Five said, all right. Scorpio Mama. Nice choice and gesture, Janice. Very, very, very much so. You guys, Real does a lot of outreach himself. A lot of outreach himself. He cool vibes only does a lot of outreach as well. Real is really close to that channel. So Real, I really want to thank you dearly. I want to thank you, Real, for not being a goofy. You're my bro for real. And just the motivation that you come out and bring us, and it flows like water. and for what you do for for those who need a little more. Shout out to you. Shout out to all of you guys. Janice says so much going on out here in my neck of the woods. Really, Janice? I'm sorry. I mean, if so much is going on and it's positive, then that's good. But if it's not positive, then I'm sorry. Yo, Vaughn. What's up, Vaughn? What's up, sis? Good to see you. Shalom, Vaughn. Krishna. Who that? Hi, Wanda. Vaughn says, I got the power. Yes, you do, my dear. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. How you doing, Wanda? Shalom. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, Wanda be getting it. Wanda be getting it. Janice, I don't have the energy to reply to ignorance on here. Janice, you know what? I appreciate and I really respect that. Sometimes you just come out and you say what you say. And I think it's wonderfully put. You're such a sweetheart. And I hope that nobody's messing with you. Real said Vaughn the Don Dada. Madame CJ Walker, Elda, Pink Party, karaoke shorts creator. Von the Don Dada. I'm screaming. We love our Vonnie Pooh. Scorpio Mama says, Wanda, I'm on your hat, but when I make one, I have to do two. That's nice. I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Wanda. Thank you for asking. I'm doing well. I have been with the Lord, with my Lord. I've been enjoying him today. And after you guys, my boss came early to work today, and I got pulled in the office and I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And I'm just bragging on God right now. I really am. I'm just bragging on God right now. Nothing that I do or have or say or anything. I'm just bragging on God. He really, he was just like, I knew the first time I met you that you were going to be a good fit for this unit. He said, I just love you. He's like, I've heard nothing but nice things about you from the other employees. They say you're a good team player. Whenever something goes down, if you don't have to be in it, they say that you step in, and because I'm a team player, I'm with you. Like I'm with you. I do. Anyways, it just was really touching to me. It was really touching to me that he said that, and also, there was a new psych tech this one night. Cause I'd be like, y'all be loving Senna. And I'm not a perfect person. I'm definitely not a perfect person. I definitely you know, um like anybody, you know what I mean? Like, I've got my flaws, but y'all really be loving Senna. But this tech, she was new, and I'm anemic, you guys, so I get cold really quick. And I was so cold. I was so cold that night, and I feel something warm around my shoulders. And she had gone and gotten a blanket and put it in the dryer and she wrapped me up like I was a baby. And I was like, don't y'all know I'm a crybaby. I was so pleased with that. I was so pleased with that. And just with this new job, just the love that I've received. I'm very happy to the Lord to be there. I don't know. It made me feel good this morning. I was like, please don't cry in front of this man. But it was good to receive that reward, just saying that even the first time he met me, he knew that I was going to be a good fit for the unit. And I really, really love everybody that works that unit. I really, really do. We really look out for each other. And that tech, she literally would bring me warm blankets as soon as y'all really be loving on Senna. And I really appreciate you guys for that. I really do. Even like on YouTube, the things that the things that transpire, that what I get behind not behind the scenes, but when people contact me, I really do adore you guys. I really do. I really do. I was happy. I'm just bragging on God because what he saw in me definitely wasn't sinner. It definitely was Jesus. Okay. Vaughn says I love double cheeseburgers. Drop the link for Vaughn. I dropped the link earlier. Scorpio says I'm a little busy right now after the holidays. We'll be dropping lives or shorts right on time, right? Oh, real. And I don't, you know what? I don't even, when I like my pictures on Instagram, I filter them. Like I really do. I filter them heavy. But I don't know. I haven't used a filter in a while. But that y'all check out that short that reel dropped today. It was hilarious. Or yesterday. It was hilarious. And then his last live, check that out too. I got to check out his last live. Real said, well, just trying to make a positive impact and yes, I have footage I have to edit. Okay. Wanda, Scorpio Mama said, don't let me forget. Avon.
Hey, Senna.
Yes,
Do me a
ma'am.
favor. Do
Uh-huh.
me a huge favor.
Okay.
Read the back chat. Don't say anything. Read it.
Okay.
Read
Gotcha.
it. Hey guys. I'm not doing anything. I'm just up here. I am totally up here by myself. What just happened? Okay, you're back?
Okay. Yeah, I'm back. Got it.
Okay, okay,
Got it.
okay,
I
okay,
got
okay,
it.
okay.
I I agree.
Yeah, real buddy. Hi.
Welcome to RCV, where we're bringing you today's hottest Fiales
Hey,
content from Senna,
hey,
Real,
hey,
and Vaughn.
hey, hey.
Ladies,
Well,
sit
hello
back and get
everybody.
your popcorn and enjoy it.
Look, I'm sashaying in with my feathers, my long, really, really long feather coat. Hello,
Here we
everyone. I have
go.
arrived.
Here
Hold
we
on to
go.
your stiff lace fronts as we used to say that.
The Madame has arrived.
You
Okay.
are hilarious. He said, "Hold on to your stiff lace fronts, Senna." Are you listening? Are you listening to him?
Wait, what did he say?
He said, "Hold on to your stiff lace fronts." What
I
is
No,
wrong with
forgot.
him?
like
What is
ladies,
wrong?
hold on to your stiff lace fronts, and fellas, hold on to the henna in your beards. We're bringing you.
I was screaming. That would be cool. That would be so cool.
We already know, like half the dudes, we be dyeing our beards, and it's like the ladies, y'all be throwing on y'all lace fronts and y'all little wigs, and then adding a little bit of what's that thing? Some edges, but it's
Yeah.
all good because I love it.
He said, "What's that stuff? Some edges?" Real, you are
Yeah,
hilarious.
He said he
like I
loved it.
be
He don't even know
knowing.
what he loved. What is it that you love?
I don't
But
know. It's just like
real,
good.
a beard today is it's a lot for a man. It's a lot. Like, hey, King Bit, what's up, Cherokee? Good to see you. Shalom, happy Monday. Yeah, a beard, like the men with beard, they be winning. Real, it's a good look.
I see.
It's a
I see.
good look. It's a good look.
I don't know if I could do like the full beard. I mean, I got some type of beard if that's what you want to call it. But I
No, I
just
don't. No, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all
yeah,
that.
cause it be
No,
I don't
you
know
itchy.
if that was.
guys.
Go
No,
ahead.
no,
Go
no, no.
ahead.
The younger guys, because my sister is 25,
Mm-hmm.
and her child's father have been together since well, long story short, y'all, they're friends. But listen.
Mm-hmm.
So we were FaceTiming the other day, and he has like a mustache, but it looks like the Burt Reynolds mustache. And he's black. But listen, you guys,
Uh-huh.
I was like, what are you doing? Because I know his name, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Mm.
And he's like, what? I was like, why do you have like? And I was like, Jim, why is he looking like what was the name? And so Jim's like Magnum PI. I'm like, yeah. Why is he looking like that? And if you wait, have you guys seen Orange is the New Black? You remember
I
that?
remember that
I
show.
I think I saw one episode and that was good.
They were calling the officer with the mustache. They were calling him Porn Stash.
I was
So
just gonna say that. I'm like, I don't like this. It
yeah,
reminds me of those 80s
Oh,
porn
that's
stashes.
funny. That's
yeah.
Like
funny.
So
a Ron
Yeah.
Jeremy stash.
I
Yeah.
said,
Yeah. Exactly. Ron Jeremy. Exactly.
I
That's
said, bro,
exactly what it is.
I
Hey,
said, why
Sweet
are you walking
Alice.
around? Hi, Miss
Hey,
Alice. I was like, bro, why are you walking around with the
Hey,
old
Miss
man
Alice.
porn stash? What are you doing? And he was hollering. He was like, and my sister's like, no, it's gonna grow in. He's like, yeah, it's gonna grow. I was like, well, it needs to hurry up because that it's like it was so funny, y'all. I was messing with him. I'm
how did it
like,
get so
that's like
thick?
I don't know. Well, keep in mind,
Oh.
Senna, he does like his dreads went all the way to the top of his butt, and my sister cut him to the
Oh.
middle of his back. And I just want y'all to know, my niece is just like her father. She has a head full of hair. His hair is
Oh.
thick, y'all. He has
Oh
really
my
thick,
goodness.
and his hair grows so freaking long.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm assuming, he's walking around like, Walker Texas Ranger. It's like I don't.
Wait, but does your
So on this.
sister like it? Does your sister like it?
Yes, she does. But she was trying to. She's like, no, Kevon, it's gonna grow in. But Jim and I were talking about how like a lot of the younger guys are only doing mustaches and they're not
Yeah.
doing beards.
Yeah. Or like a
Yeah,
little, bit, like a line or two of a
yeah.
beard.
And
Yeah.
then keep and
Of a
keep in
mustache.
mind, yeah, keep in mind, I was already trolling them because when my niece was born, they were still in like high school, right? So
Okay.
I was telling my daughter, I said, yeah, when you were a baby, because you know what, we're gonna talk about this, and never mind. Go ahead, guys. But
No, what were
it's
you
a
saying? What were you
okay.
saying?
So long story short, my sister, when she had my niece, my oldest niece,
Mhm.
they were still in high school. Like my sister was 16, and so was he. So
Okay.
when we went there for the baby shower,
Uh-huh.
and yes, you guys, my daughter was already born, but she was bringing up the fact that yes, you guys, I was inebriated the entire baby shower,
Mhm.
but
Hey,
she
Tina
was point
Bina. Hey,
she was
Tina.
trying to point out that she was like we were going down memory lane, and she was saying that he thought my daughter could sit up on her own, right? So keep in mind, guys, this is like after the baby shower, and he was in the room with her, helping her put the crib together, right, Senna?
Uh-huh.
So they wanted to confess. Okay, is everybody listening
We're
to what they
listening.
did to my child? So she's like, "Oh, we were. I was laying on the bed, and she said, remember, you were like, whatever you were doing." And she was like, he was holding Jenny when she was a baby. And I'm like, yeah, I remember that. And she's
Yeah.
like, well, she said, it's funny because, and they're laughing. And I'm like, what? Like, what happened? And
Uh,
she's like, well, remember we were kids. Now keep in mind, Senna, keep in mind, I had just told my daughter, like, yeah, I remember when you were a baby and, Maddie, my niece, she wasn't born yet, right? And
yeah.
I'm like, so I'm like trolling. I'm like, your aunt was like still drinking high school milk and eating high school pizza and like had to turn in her homework when your cousin was born. So it's like, oh, don't tell my niece that. Don't tell her that. And I'm like, why not? So now when they want to tell this confession story of what they
Right.
did to my sweet child, she's like, oh, just keep in mind, sis, we were kids and we didn't know any better. So she said she was laying on the bed and I want to say his name so bad, but I'm not. So I'm gonna give him a fake name. Okay. So we're
Okay.
gonna say Roger took
Got
my
it.
sweet innocent baby and put her on the bed because he thought she could sit up by herself. And my sister demonstrates, guys, and she said my baby fell right on her face in the bed. And she was like, oh my God. She was
Oh.
like, oh my God, Roger, pick up my niece. My sister's gonna kill us. And she's like, and then she said, and guess what you did right after? And I was like, what? She said, you came in all, inebriated, partied up. And I'm like, what did I do? She was like, you were like, well, hi, my little sweet baby. And she said, Jenny was just smiling and like we were all kind of
Oh.
awkward, smiling, like, hey, nothing happened. There's nothing to see here.
Right. Nothing here to see.
Right. So I was like, oh my, y'all did that to my baby? And they are crying, laughing, y'all. I was like, y'all are I said, see, I was right. Because at the baby shower, I kept saying, what are you doing? Like, I would lean in my sister. I'd be like, what are you doing having a baby? And she would just laugh because, see, all jokes aside, y'all, my sister was like really still like a kid herself, like carrying a book bag going to school.
Yeah.
And so she was like,
You were like,
she,
my sister was still drinking milk when she had my
she
full,
was,
full
Senna.
milk.
She had like, like little fruit cups and stuff, trading lunches at school.
I'm screaming.
So, so she said there's been an inside joke between the two of them for the last 10 years
My
because now my
God.
niece is 10 years old. Like we suck as parents because of what we did to Jenny. And I'm like, oh my God, like I've been in the
Oh.
dark. But no, it was just like a fun little joke or whatever. And I would like troll them because and honestly, y'all, I still see them as kids. Like
Yeah.
because I remember all of them, even my brother, all of like they were all kids and now they have kids. But when they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have a baby," everybody was like, "But you guys are still in school."
Yeah. When
So
I was
yeah,
in
yeah,
school,
yeah.
everybody was pregnant.
Man, Senna, like, do
Everybody
you
was
hear me?
pregnant. Mm-hmm.
My cousin and I, we were in 8th grade when she had my little cousin, and he was a boy, and everybody loved him. But yeah, like yeah, that's been my whole life, you guys. I've
But
always
it's
been surrounded
it's
by children.
weird because they were good mothers. Like them people
Mm-hmm.
were those kids were suited up, booted up. They were yeah.
Yes, I
So what?
feel even though my sister is young, I strongly feel my sister is like the best mom, way better than me. She thinks I just say that to make her feel, but that's not true. I really feel that way. Um, well, yeah. All I'm gonna say is, guys, she wants to
Yeah.
start a YouTube channel, a family YouTube channel, and I'm gonna support her. It's gonna be totally like normal people stuff, and you
Okay.
guys will see what I'm saying. Like, she's an
Okay.
awesome mom. She really is.
But it's not going to be like the weird pranks and stuff like that.
Well, I don't know because all I'm gonna say is, we're really goofy and weird, so we might troll. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. I
weird is
don't
my
know.
thing. Weird is my thing. Weird is my thing.
Oh, you like it? You like those things?
No, I don't. No, I don't really like the pranks because because
Is it because they're scripted?
yeah.
Oh,
And then I
okay,
don't
okay.
like the pranks like that. I'm cheating. Like I just feel like when it comes to your relationship, you got to be really careful what
Yeah.
you. Yeah, because I see a lot of face. I see a lot of YouTube couples now. It's not like they're breaking up. Now they're like causing people.
unaliving each other.
No,
Yeah,
I
right,
I
real, right,
agree.
right,
I
real.
agree because there's one couple that's from here.
Hmm.
They did a lot of those pranks and they're back together now, but
Um,
they kind of broke up
yeah,
because the pranks became like real life.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like, oh,
yeah.
oh, yeah,
if
yeah, yeah, yeah.
if I
Tina,
get thanks,
Tina, peace and blessings to you, Tina. I pray you have a happy holidays as well. Love you, sis. Love what you're doing
Hey,
with your
Miss
channel.
Tina.
Yeah. Thank you for stopping in, my
Hey
dear.
Tina,
Thank
hey
you.
Alice. I didn't get to say hi to y'all. What's up?
Yeah. Go ahead, Real. The floor is yours.
No, I was gonna say if I did pranks, my pranks make people question their perspective of reality. And I know
Mhm.
certain people might find some of my pranks like, I guess, dark, but it would bring people together. And
Right.
that's like 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 it's stuff that I used to do back then,
Hmm.
but it would make people. And sometimes I will record it, but like, okay, I'm gonna give you an example of stuff I do, but I already know once I say this, people are gonna be like, "Real, that's not nice. Why would you do that? That sounds crazy." Like, so say for instance, I would make like races question their reality and their
Um.
perspective of them calling certain people names. So
Hmm.
like if I knew people were like racist, I would
Hmm.
like walk up to them and then I would just start, can't stand all you N words. Like, I can't stand you Negroes. You make me sick.
Lord.
Somebody get the noose. And they would look at me with like bewilderment, like, no,
I'm
dude.
done.
And some people would laugh, and then they're like, but it would cause them to laugh, like, oh, so like he's really saying this, and
Yeah.
they would look at me, and I'm like, what you niggers looking at? And then it would kind of bring people together. So then instead of them like having this art and animosity towards the skin color, then they're like, wait a minute, you had the nerve and gall to actually do so. It would make them question reality, and they would laugh, and it would be like a talking point, and they're
Yeah,
like,
no, I actually do like that. I actually do like that because it would make people think, and then it would like when you do that, it would make people know that you think that they're goofy for not liking somebody because of their skin
Skin
color.
color. Right.
So yeah, I actually like that. That's not dark at all.
Okay, I have a
yeah,
question.
I'm
I
pretending
have a
like I'm
question.
like, yeah,
So real, okay? Because Miss Alice is right here in the chat and she knows what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna tell all of you because I'm absolutely going to record this, okay? Now whether or not I post it depends on the kids' reaction. But however, okay, because I know that I can trust Miss Alice, okay, I might send it to her, okay? So real, check it. Listen.
okay.
My children, my loving, wonderful, wonderful brats, okay, all year long, okay,
They're
they
not
have
dark.
not, well, I'm not going to say, no, Senna, they are though. They're, listen, okay, listen, they are spoiled brats, okay,
Some
but all
sketches.
year long, okay, now I'm going to say this. My kids did this school semester, their report cards were excellent, okay. Um,
Yay!
No phone calls about behavior. Now, keep in mind,
Yay!
you guys, I have one boy, and last year we went through some things, okay? Because
Yeah.
he's like, we had to, but listen,
Hmm.
my girls, I've never had to like, any of that stuff, except Gemma did do like one thing this
Yeah.
semester. I think she told one of her classmates to like shut up or something. But listen,
Hmm.
okay. So this
Hmm.
year they've been good. Their grades are great. Their grades are always great, which is,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It's kind of surprising to me, but my kids are actually really smart.
Why? Wait. No.
What?
We're not
What?
gonna gloss by that. Why is that
What?
surprising? Why is that surprising to you?
Because, like, for example, when I asked my daughter, because my daughter is in fifth grade, right?
Hmm.
And I
Wow.
asked her what was the capital of Illinois.
Uh-huh.
And this heifer, okay, well, listen, she's really smart. I want everybody to understand. My daughter is, when I say she's smart, I mean she's intelligent smart, okay?
Hmm.
So when I tell y'all this story, y'all are going to understand why I say she's a smart Alec, okay?
Oh,
Listen.
okay.
She says, I said, "What is the capital of Illinois?" She says, "I."
What?
You
Like,
don't get it? You don't get
like
it? You
you?
don't get it real?
Kinda
Like,
like what you?
no, not I, as in like myself, the letter I. What is the capital of Illinois?
Oh,
And
well,
she
Capital
says,
I for Illinois.
I. Yeah,
ah.
yeah. But keep in mind, Cinna, when I was
Janice,
in fifth
Janice
grade,
says she's not wrong. She's not.
She's not wrong. But that wasn't what I was asking her.
Kids be doing that. Like they literally like yes, yeah, I noticed that too. Like when you ask them a question or tell them to do something, they
Uh-huh.
literally go to the T of doing the actual task or answering the question
Yes.
how it's supposed to be answered. But then it's like you'll look at it as wrong, but it's like, no, what are you talking about? I'm right.
Right,
Right.
right. That's
I,
true.
I
That's true.
noticed that.
And keep in mind, Senna,
Uh-huh.
she is really like a mathematician in her head.
Ooh.
I
Oh,
was
wow.
never able to do numbers. I still have a hard time
Girl, I hate
adding,
math.
subtracting, dividing numbers in my
Girl.
freaking head. But she can. So
Wow.
when she's like, in fifth grade, we had social studies, you know what I'm saying? We
Yep.
knew like the states and things like that.
Yep.
So my husband was explaining that they're doing things a little different. I'm like, but in fifth grade, she should know, like her capitals, she should know like, the capital of Washington, DC.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I do know that. She was like, but listen, listen, listen. The whole point that I was trying to make is the girl is smart, and
Yeah.
she's even too smart for her own good, because I said, what is the capital of the state, Illinois? And she's like, oh, Springfield. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm done with you. But when you ask,
Yo,
like,
yeah.
yeah. So, but listen, listen, listen. We
Yeah.
had like a spelling bee, right? And I asked my son, who's in second grade, I'm like, I think I asked him how to spell what was the word? I don't know. The point that I'm trying to make, Senna, is when you ask my kids questions, sometimes they act a little blonde, but they're
Mhm.
really smart.
For
So
sure.
so when their report cards come home, it's like, oh, you do know what you're talking. You actually do know, something.
Because they know if they act up,
Right.
you're gonna whoop that butt.
Right. So it's like, oh, so you go to school and be all smart for them. But when I ask you, like, how do you spell cat? My daughter will say, I don't know. But the girl knows how to read.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
What are y'all doing at
it's like
school?
that backwards, overhanded intelligence. And I noticed
Right.
that too. Like it's like another part of them, the way what these youngsters will do nowadays. It's like they're highly intelligent,
Mm-hmm.
but they act so stupid or dumb or lazy. But the
Uh-huh.
intelligence is
Lazy.
there.
That's the
They
word.
just don't.
Lazy.
Yeah, they just don't know. They don't want to apply the knowledge, but they know it. They could be
Uh-huh.
smart, but for some odd reason, they'll kind of just fail because of laziness. But they're highly intelligent. Like
Right.
they know.
Okay,
They,
Because
so
KJ isn't in school, but KJ actually knows how to read some words.
hmm
And keep in mind, Senna, he watches a lot of like Coco Melon.
okay.
And Gemma, when she does her homework, he's like right there. And honestly, I don't think he's paying attention. I don't think he's paying attention when I'm, like helping. Honest, and there's another thing. I don't really have to help my oldest daughter with her homework, and she's only 10, you guys.
Um,
When I was 10, my parents were screaming, "What is 5 plus 6?" I
right,
don't know.
right,
I don't know. So it's
right.
like it's a different thing for me to see my oldest kid be really smart. Do I check her homework? Yes.
That
Um
yeah, yeah, that's really
yeah.
cute. That's really
But
nice.
wait, 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 wait. Listen, this is what I want to tell you guys, okay? Because Miss
Mhm.
Alice says I'm wrong. Okay. I totally disagree. So this is what I did, you guys. I'm gonna whisper because I don't want them to hear. So, okay. Okay, wait, 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 wait. Everybody pause. I'm gonna go somewhere where I know they can't hear me. Okay, everybody just wait. Just wait. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
mm-mm. My grandma's been like, and my
Mhm.
grandpa like,
Okay, 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 okay. I'm back. I'm back. Okay, so listen. I went to the store, okay, and I went and bought gift boxes. Now, there's gonna be two sets of gift boxes of four, okay?
Mhm.
One box is gonna be a box of cookies, okay?
Mhm.
And then the other box is gonna be a box of charcoal.
Okay, where are you going with this?
So, okay, the first gift box that they're gonna open is gonna have coal in it. And I'm gonna be like, oh, so all those times, you guys weren't listening to me. I told Santa how y'all's been behaving. So
Mhm.
this is what happens when, Santa Claus knows you're bad because I've
Mhm.
been doing this weird stuff, acting like I'm going to the store, having
Mhm.
meetings with Santa Claus,
Mhm.
making phone calls to Santa Claus.
Mhm.
Oh, KJ's not listening. Gemma's not listening. And
Right.
Gemma has a freaking, she's like, oh, I don't want Santa not to buy me anything. But nobody listens. Nobody listens. So it's like, you know what? This year, I'm going to have a little fun. I'm going to okay. Now the gift box is really cute. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually kind of devastated that I
Are
have
you
to
gonna
get this
show
cute
us the
gift box.
gift boxes?
Yes, the gift boxes are really freaking cute. The dollar
Okay.
store has really cute kid stuff
Yes,
but
ma'am.
their gift boxes and the gift boxes are silver and blue, Senna.
Oh,
And
cute.
right, it matches the tree. It's gonna match the ambiance and everything. So do you guys think I'm wrong for doing this? Miss Alice says I'm totally wrong.
No, I like that.
See, real buddy. What do you think?
I don't know. I have no words. I have no answer. It's just like,
No, I no, I that's no, I like that because after that they're gonna get a box of cookies. So they're
Exactly,
yeah, yeah.
exactly. And it's gonna just be
Alex
like,
says you
you
are
know,
wrong!
so it's just like
Exclamation point.
bringing them down and then
of course, Miss
bringing
Alice
them
is
up.
wrong. But But listen, I at first I wasn't gonna do it because they only had like the big, huge bags of like charcoal, and I didn't, I know where the train is, but I don't know how to like go to the train conductor and ask him for some coal. So it was like I had to buy it. So I found a little small bag of like charcoal or whatever, and I'm gonna dust them off as much as I possibly can. It's gonna be a mess. I know it's gonna be like really
What's
a
on the
mess.
coal? What's on the
Well,
coal?
coal charcoal can just be like really dirty and black. So it's
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Okay,
like
okay.
yeah, I'm gonna like dust them off as much as I can. Because when they open it, they're gonna be like, what the heck? And I don't want all that stuff like flying on them and stuff. But
Right.
it's like I just feel like, I want to teach them a lesson. I want them to know, okay, you could have had an extra gift, okay, if you'd listened to mom. But see, now Santa had to give you coal for Christmas. Like, yeah.
But yeah, but they'll survive on. They'll survive. They're gonna
I
survive
know
it.
it. I totally
Yeah,
know it. And it's
yeah.
like I'm gonna listen. I want to record it, but because I know for a fact Gemma is gonna like cry. It's not even gonna be funny. She's gonna think it's like the end of the world, and it's gonna be like, my God, today.
Oh,
Like it's like I out of all my
Aw.
kids, because I'm pretty sure KJ is gonna be like, what? Like he's gonna be like, what is
what is this?
If she was really messed up, you
worried
would
about
get a
the other
PS.
younger one?
You
Hey,
would get a
Brilly
PS.
Boo. Hey, Brilly.
What up, bros?
Love you, sissy.
I'm like, if she was really messed up, she would get a PS5 or PS5 Pro box or like an Oculus box, like one of them new Meta Oculus, S2s,
Real.
Fat,
and then just get the box
Hey.
and
fat.
then put something inside there that's just like the weight, but then and then they tear it open and be so happy and then open it up and then it's just like a block of wood. They would be so pissed.
No,
And you're like, I'm
real.
teaching you
You
the
just
value of love. And they're like,
you just
"Oh," they'll put you inside the closet and lock the door. Put a chair underneath the handle.
Right.
listen, listen. Real just gave me an idea for a later time and date.
No, boy, no, don't do that. I was joking.
Real. I am listen, okay? I was at have you guys ever heard of like the pink elephant game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was a part of something like that, but it was like a game for Christmas. And I had the box. I thought I opened it, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was the box was like Beats. You guys know like the headphones.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so excited, and everybody's like, no, 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 open it. And I'm
Uh,
like, open it. And they're like, yeah, open it. And I'm like, okay. Y'all, it was a pedicure kit for your feet. no,
oh, I would like that.
I loved it because it was pink center, but I didn't know that was how the game worked. I didn't understand that part. That
Right.
it's not that whatever is like the box, what's inside the box isn't what's on the box. I didn't get that part.
Right. Yeah. 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 I got
So
you.
I was like, oh, that's why you all were laughing. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah, y'all. This was like
Makes
my
sense.
cousin. It was hilarious. I
Um,
totally didn't get it.
I want to SBK. Shout out to you. I really want
Well,
to
that's
thank
good.
you. I want to thank you for sticking up for my sis Vaughn. We do slide for Vaughn around here. And I want to thank you for manning up and really sticking your neck out there for Vaughn. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Shalom and blessings to you. Blessings to your household. Thank you for
Then
that.
I'm going to beat you later for that. I'm gonna beat you.
What's the problem?
Uh, listen, okay. Since everybody's here, and Senna asks, "What's the problem?" Okay, the problem is, you guys.
Okay, hold on. Alice said you're only getting away with it because you don't live in her state. Okay, when you do reels prank, you got to be like, oh, this is from Uncle Real.
Hey, Miss
Uh,
Miss Alice, Miss
uh,
Alice told me, Senna. She's like,
uh,
This is
please
from
tell
Uncle
your.
Real.
She's like, please tell your children I had nothing to do with that other stuff. When I tell you, I've been crying, laughing because I can't wait. Like I honestly cannot wait. I
my,
can't wait.
my hands hold no valor of any iniquities in this 3D realm.
Hey, listen, listen. When they open the cookies, I'm gonna say that's from Miss Alice.
Right, right.
Oh
Can you imagine
my
that? You just
God,
go
y'all.
give him
Oh
a
my
hot
God.
chip or something like that. Oh my gosh.
Are you guys ready for Christmas?
I am totally ready. I am ready for the new year. I'm ready for the holidays to be like
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
Yes, I'm totally ready.
yeah.
Okay. And as far as why am I gonna beat you, Senna, it's because I love SBK. I love all of you. Never mind. I'm not listen, I have issues, you guys. I don't like my issues, and that's all I'm gonna say. But I love all of you. Okay.
Okay.
I love y'all.
Yeah.
I'm not
Real, are
ready.
you're
You're
not
not
ready for
ready?
the
Nope. I do not
why? Are
know what that made up day is. I don't know what it is.
Okay, gotcha.
what wait,
I don't.
hold on. Pause. So buddy, you really don't do the holiday stuff for real?
No, I don't. I really don't. I
Oh,
know people
okay.
find it hard to believe. It's nothing against anybody, but I'm still fun loving and all
Mm-hmm.
this stuff. I just don't like me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say too much, but I just know certain things, and it's just like that's why I'll be trying to do what I
Mm-hmm.
do without going so far.
So I mean, I don't celebrate Christmas either. I definitely love God, love Jesus. I don't celebrate
Right.
any holidays, but
Right.
no, real. You go far. Like we're here. What's up?
Well. See, the thing is, it's just like, and people can say, "Oh no," and da, da, da. The moment, the moment that you start, like, it's nothing wrong with giving people gifts and all that stuff, right? But
Yeah.
the
That's good.
moment that you start putting the tree and you
Hmm.
decorate it and you give gifts and you stop thinking about like Christ on that day and you give somebody a gift,
Hmm.
you're no longer doing it for his birthday because your expectations is for the gift. Like nobody's thinking about Christ on that day. It's like, oh, what kind of gift is this? And it's like, you can look this up. We already know who this is. It's like that day is
Hmm.
Sol Invictus Day. Sol
Yeah.
Invictus
What?
Sol Invictus is the sun god. He's the
Right.
righteous sun god of Roman culture. So
Hmm.
when the United States started getting built, right? A lot
Mm-hmm.
of the pagan people didn't want to let go of their holidays. So then the church, what they did was, okay, we'll still let you celebrate Sol Invictus, which is during the winter solstice. It's the
Hmm.
regeneration of the sun god.
Hmm.
We'll throw this so that it won't get dissolved, and we'll add this as Christmas. And then people are like, well, that's not true. Well, if Christ was born when people were hurting and hurting their animals and they were sweating and all this stuff, that tells you right there that he wasn't born inside the wintertime. Like if you read the whole chapter, you're like, oh snap. So people are, it's like a, it's it's a pagan holiday with something else, put in front of it. Just like when people
Yeah.
celebrate Easter, it's like
Easter.
you're not celebrating Easter, like you're celebrating the fertility goddess Ishtar. Like
Yeah.
she's the fertility
So
goddess who gives
wait.
eggs.
I have a question. So what do
Okay.
you do? Like, do you do nothing, or like what do you guys do?
You could still give, but it's just like
No,
you're
not that part. I'm saying like, what do you and your family do? Like what do y'all do? Do y'all like? I know. I have
nothing. Just nothing. Just like it's just
like
like
a
any
regular
day.
day.
Yeah, just like any day. I don't even celebrate my birthday. It's just like any day it's just like any day
Oh.
could be a gift day. Any day could
Mm-hmm.
be, it's like every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, because like what, like, think about this. It's like there's important people out there, well, who say they're important, right? And they're
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
laughing at people because it's like, okay, we're gonna set this day, we're gonna jack up the prices,
Yeah.
you're gonna pay us
Yeah.
during this
Mm-hmm.
time when you could have bought this any time of the year. You're gonna
Mhm.
make us rich, and then now you're gonna go broke after the holidays, squirming to
Yeah.
figure out what you're gonna do, and now you're gonna work for us again. Like that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I know, like
It's a lot of consumerism. A lot of people get depressed because they spend a lot of money, then they're broke after that. Definitely you don't have to spend a lot of money.
I mean, to each
And
their own.
and to an extent, like, okay, I know it's a pagan holiday, but I do like that. Maybe that might be the only time like people go to church or during.
I have a confession. I have a confession.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Social media,
Mm,
like, don't get me wrong. I love seeing people do stuff with their kids, like the content creators, but it
yeah.
can be a little depressing. And I'll tell you guys why. Because
Mm-hmm. I
like
knew.
they live in like really big houses, and they can do, well, first of all, they have a lot of money to like do, like, for example, vlogmas. Oh my
Yeah.
god, y'all, I it's like I want to do a vlogmas so freaking bad, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the money that the bigger content creators are going to spend on the vlogmas, they're going to make that back. So the regular people like us,
Mm-hmm.
and don't get me wrong, there's plenty of things you can do around Christmas that cost literally nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
for example, I do movie nights on the weekends with the kids, and we have nachos and candy and popcorn.
And
That
I
costs
know
me
that they
nothing.
love that. That sounds
Yes,
so nice. Yeah.
but I would love to do like the Grinch stuff. Like, Too Strong gave me the idea to dress up as the Grinch. And I'm like, do you know how much that outfit cost?
Yeah.
And
Man,
like,
it's
I
hey,
I totally would love to do more stuff. And so I will say, outside of the decorations, the content with the families and stuff, or even like, oh, I don't know if you guys watch them, but Judy and the Brat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Judy last year decorated her entire house like a Christmas. To me, it looked like when you walk into Macy's, and everything is like all decorative and festive. And I was like, oh, I would love to do this, but they're like millionaires, right?
Right.
So, confession here on YouTube in front of everybody. If I could, I would do stuff like that. But that's the only downside of social media, with people showing like all, and my mom kind of was saying, nobody take this personal. No, nobody run with it. But my
Mm-hmm.
mom was just kind of saying, like, with some of the content, people showing all in their house. And because I was telling her, like, I'm trying to be like a Peach McIntyre, and she's like, all I see is people selling their soul to the devil. And I was like, what? And but when you, the grand scheme of things, when you
Mm-hmm.
really think about, and I know Real will get this part of it,
Mm-hmm.
when you think about it, a lot of the bigger, and I'm not saying that their kids are like spoiled and bad, that's not what I'm saying,
Right.
because
Okay. I'm
there are
glad you said
people,
that. I'm
yeah,
glad you said that. Yeah.
there are people like myself who buy $200 gifts for 5-year-olds,
Right.
but what I'm saying, it's like, when you think about it, why, that's why a lot of people do get, now mind you, this stuff has been happening for years anyway, people get depressed and stuff, but now it's a little more um spiritually bad to consume all of that kind of content, because then you think you're not doing enough for your kids, or you think you have to do more, or you feel that your kids are missing out on stuff. And I just want everybody to keep that in mind. They're making that money back.
Yeah.
And I have to realize that sometimes because, Jim's like, babe, you're gonna buy all of that. And I'm like, it's for the kids.
Yeah.
But
Can I tell you a secret?
do my kids really need now I'm gonna say this. I I'm doing a Grinch breakfast. Hold on, real. I'm doing a Grinch breakfast for my kids because I know that they like that. And last year I wasn't able to do it, but this
Mhm.
year I was.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why I'm doing it. And it's like, I want them to, have fun and stuff.
Right.
But all the other stuff that I wanted to do, he's like, Kevon, we can't do that. And I had to accept that because once again, those people are gonna make that money back. I'm gonna spend it and maybe get what 500 views on YouTube, and you guys get to see a smile on my kid's face, but that money's not gonna come back to us. You know what I'm saying? So
I
it's
got
like,
you.
yeah, it's like, but go ahead, real. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm gonna let y'all know something about that whole realm right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
20% of those people spend that money, right? When you are monetized, right? And
Mm-hmm.
when you have affiliates and sponsors,
Right.
all that stuff that you see, those
Right.
people 80 that 25% are paying for it. The other 75%, they're getting it for free by the
Mm-hmm.
sponsors and the
Yeah.
Yep.
affiliates that send it to them. And they're making you think that they're spending all that. And see, because of our short attention spans, you're not noticing that they have all the links to the stuff that's inside
Yep.
their video
Yep.
and the
Yep.
commercials that come through. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I want to do this. I want to buy. And those liquor suckers didn't even buy none of that stuff because it was sponsored and affiliated through them through brand connects.
And
And that
listen,
was
Yeah.
making,
don't
yeah.
get me
So
wrong. Don't get me wrong. I have no problem with that. I think that if you're doing well on your channel, you should be getting sponsored.
Right.
And
Right. Right.
I'm also one, I don't like when people say like, and I'm glad you said that, Vaughn, like just because your parents have money, if your parents have money, they're going to do more for you. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're a spoiled brat. You're just just the income. That's just what you're born into. And I actually like seeing people. I do know like when people do. I like seeing people do the restock, but they show you what they're restocking. I know for a fact that they're not going to consume any of that stuff. It's just because they're getting brand deals and stuff. But I like
Yeah.
seeing that. Like I love seeing people
Yeah.
I love seeing that kind of stuff.
But it's not real.
But
It's not
it's
real.
not real.
Like those people,
Yeah,
like they even get set.
Whoa,
Like
whoa,
when you
whoa, whoa,
become
whoa.
monetized, they'll
That's
send
not.
you
Wait.
scripts.
When you talk about the restock center, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
like when they restock their fridge or like they restock their closet or like they restock their makeup. Like I'm like I can't do all those things, so I like watching them do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
But
they
yeah,
polish
I,
up
I was
their
it's
gonna
always one of
friends,
say
and then
when it
it's
when it
just
comes to like the kids snack cabinet restocks, I have a hard time believing those little because mine they definitely listen. Okay, they run
Mhm,
through that stuff. Now I'm gonna say this: the cutesy I have a little just a like what is the word? Is it envy or jealousy? I don't know. Y'all tell me. I cannot stand when I see the moms, okay, their
mhm,
whole house is super freaking nice. Oh my god.
mhm,
And they have like maybe one kid. I get so like it'd be like, "Oh my god," because their kid is like clean and neat and can go into the little stock area in the house, snack
mhm,
area, and not make a huge mess. And oh, they know how to put it back. And, and I mean, they're not saying that in the video, but you
mhm.
can tell that the mom has like, spent a little time with the kid on how to do this and how to do that because I do that with my kids, and you
Uh-huh.
guys, they still make messes. So I can't stand when I see like the really like the Amazon you know what I'm talking about? The Amazon approved homes or something. There's like a little area on Amazon when it's like it'll say Amazon's best or something like that. Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
No.
I know what you're talking about. It's just like
Oh, I
It's
can't
like
think of the real name of it, but it's like Senna. Everything, their whole house looks like a
Amazon's Choice.
magazine.
It's like an
Amazon's
Amazon's
Choice.
Choice.
Yeah, so their house looks like Amazon's Choice, and they have a kid, they have a husband and a dog, and the whole place looks like a magazine all the time.
But
It'd be
so,
like, what are they doing that
Ron,
I'm not?
but
It's
Ron,
called fake. Like, okay,
yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
not
let you know.
real. It's
I'm
not
gonna let you
real.
know another thing too. You like look up how many people rent these houses, rent
Yeah,
and then or a lot of them, right?
it's
If
not
they're
even their
friends,
house.
it's not even their house. So like their
Yeah.
neighbors, right? If you stay inside of
Oh.
an area, like say for instance, like on the north side of like Atlanta, right? So many people have Airbnbs. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
people I know down there that is just like they pretending like they're big YouTubers, and then they're just okay. This
Yep.
person's not getting rented for 2 months a month,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like you go to the anybody's Airbnb. Here, I'm
Yeah.
throwing you $50 or $100 because I know I'm gonna make $3,000 off this. And these
Right.
people are using Airbnbs, like
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah.
acting like it's their house, like, and it's
Yeah.
Oh.
not their house. And then if you think other people got big houses, there's a program that people do where it's like financed through the bank, and it's like, but you get to pay what you need to pay. So say if
Right.
you can
Mm-hmm.
afford not but $1,000, but now you are locked in with that bank for the next 35 years. You got
Yep.
yourself a nice looking house
Right.
that you pay $1,000 a month for.
Right.
So some people are,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's cheap. But if you miss 2 or 3 more payments, it's
Mm-hmm.
like they take it back as joints.
Mm-hmm.
Like why
Yep.
you think these YouTubers be going crazy? Because
Right.
it's like I thought I had such a good deal. I
Right.
went through this program, got myself
Mm-hmm.
this nice house.
Right.
I had the sliding scale to pay $1,000 a month for the next 30 years. But the
Mm-hmm.
catch
Mm-hmm.
is if you miss 2 or 3 payments,
That's it.
that's it.
That's
There's no
it.
back yanked, and they put the next person in, the
Oh.
next person in,
Okay.
and that's why how can these YouTubers go broke? How can this and how are they
Yeah.
losing
Right.
everything at once?
Right.
That's what happens. It's like we don't. You got to think about it like this. You don't know what those people did to get where they're at,
Right.
so you can't be like, oh, this and that. It's like if you know you won't sell yourself, then it's just like just start looking
Right.
elsewhere at something else. But those people are so struck for like stardom. It's
Yeah.
like,
And
oh,
if
Mm-hmm.
you
here.
yeah, and if you got like, okay, say you have like 200,000 followers, like people think that you're making like 200,000 a year. Like you're not making all that
No,
money a year.
no, no. You're
So
not.
Mm.
so why are you making like why do you have 96,000 followers and you're not a millionaire in real life, but you have a $5 million home or a $3 million home? And also, like when it comes
Exactly.
to social media, and I say that I do this too. Like I'm not going to show y'all a picture of me broke down crying. I'm showing like the good stuff. So that
Right.
Exactly.
house might be clean for like 5 minutes, but that 1 year old is going to tear the house up as soon as the mom's finished videoing. So
Right.
okay, Brill, love you. Take care of
All right,
yourself. Enjoy
Love
baby.
your
you,
family.
sis. Take
Love
care
you
of
That, that,
too.
yourself, babe.
right.
Yeah,
Take
because
care.
I'd be like, what in the world? Now, the bigger families, I totally love them because they will
Yeah.
show like, oh, like there's this one girl I watch, she's black, and she actually shows how she cleans her house and gets it back nice because I think she has 4 kids like myself, and she's not a real big content creator, but
Uh-huh.
her name is it starts with an R,
Hey,
Raquel.
Tawana. Hey, Tawana, sis. Who is
Hey,
it?
foster mom,
What up?
Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Baltimore, or I think no, I think she's from Philly. I have to ask Anaya because
Can you
Anaya
post her on your? Can you
Ash.
post
Her
her?
name is Ashley Rock. You might not like her, Senna. She does a lot of cussing while she's cleaning, but I love her. She'll be like, my
You ain't
effing
you ain't
kids. Woo
never
woo
heard me
woo woo
cuss,
woo.
Ron?
I, I,
No, I no,
I thought
because
Senna, look. No, Senna,
I like watching people clean their houses.
no, Senna, look. I thought that was supposed to stay between me, you, and God. No, I'm kidding. But
Cool.
but yeah, her name is Senna knows what I'm talking about, real.
Mm-hmm.
but but her name is Ashley Raquel. She's a
Okay,
stay-at-home mom,
okay.
and she has a nice house, a nice regular home for her and her
Hmm.
big family. But
Yeah.
she cleans her house, and she'll talk about what it's like to be at home with her kids. I like
Hey, I
that kind of
said what I
content.
said, sis. Good to see you.
Yeah. Hey
Shalom.
sis.
Oh,
Hey,
is a
y'all coming
brother?
up in here.
Wait a minute. Is a brother in here? A brother of
What up? I stood what I stood.
is a brother in here?
I
A
didn't
brother,
see
if
him.
you're in here, shalom. Happy Wednesday. shit. Happy Monday. Oh my goodness. Hey Tawana says, hey, I said what I said.
Hi, the cynical one. I haven't seen her in a minute.
She's been
Hey,
the
babe.
cynical one's been here all night.
Yeah,
She's
I like the
been
cynical
here.
one. I mean,
Yeah,
the
me too.
cynical one.
Me too.
You don't already
Y'all
have
see
a
how I
house.
just make people names up?
A house is a lot of money. Like people think like, oh, you are like, I want this house. I want a house, right? But you have to
Mm-hmm.
deal with getting oil. You have to deal with getting oil. You gotta freaking pay for property tax. So it doesn't matter
Mm-hmm.
if you own your house already or not.
Mm-hmm.
There's something called property tax that you have to pay every 3 or 6 months, 4 quarters out of the year. And for every quarter, that's like $2,000. So you could own your house, but
Mm-hmm.
people lose their houses just because they're not paying a property tax. So
Property
it's just
tax
like,
in Houston are property tax in Houston is unreal.
I know how,
Jesus.
listen, I know how that stuff is. And then it's just like, when you become like a homeowner, like people think that they want it. And it's like, you have to pay for all your own, like, anything that happens to the house, there's no, oh, I get to call the landlord or I get to
Right.
call the maintenance man. There's
Maintenance,
none of
yeah.
that no more. You gotta pay $200 and $300 out of your pocket just to, like, get this fixed or get that fixed. Or if it's like, you know,
If you're lucky, sometimes shoot,
yeah,
sometimes it's
like,
1,000, 2,000.
yeah,
Sheesh.
right. That's what I'm saying. Or like, like if you stay inside in a condo or an apartment, it's like you could flush wipes down the toilet. You can't do that inside of a house. It's like
Right.
they get stopped up. That you got to call Roto Rooter. That's like a $2,500 job. And then you deal with like animals. Like, sometimes it doesn't matter how clean you are. There's always like raccoons and
Yeah.
squirrels and possums and,
Squirrels for sure. Squirrels for
yeah,
sure.
yes. So it's
I've
not,
been noticing, you guys, I'm really weird. Like, I've been noticing, like, if anybody else has, like, during the summertime, like, the squirrels get so, like, hot and lazy. Like, I
yeah,
feel like I need to put out, like, dishes of water for them. Cause that, like, Houston heat, like, y'all, it's December, almost Christmas. It was like 70 something degrees this afternoon. Like, put a bathing suit on and go swim.
yeah, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So the squirrels here suffer. And
Hmm.
then during the winter time, they try to go through your roof for warmth and like
Yes,
to put
yes, yes.
and to have kids. So like, yeah, you gotta watch out for all that stuff. It doesn't matter how clean you are.
Yeah,
If
because they,
something's
they
trying to
chew. They
yeah,
chew through.
yeah,
Like they
yeah,
chew because if they're
yeah.
chewing on
I
nuts
thought
all the
I
time.
thought I thought squirrels, what is it? Hibernate?
No,
Let me
no. If there's no trees to
wait,
hibernate
wait,
in,
wait. What
Do they
hibernates?
do they
Okay, go
hibernate?
ahead.
Do squirrels
I
hibernate?
thought they I thought they did.
no,
I
no,
thought all
they don't. No, no, they don't really hibernate. So what ends up happening, right? They store up nuts for the future, so they don't hibernate.
right.
So people think that they're hibernating, and it's like no, they go inside the trunk of the tree where it like permeates a whole lot of heat. Like tree, it traps in and then the heat goes up. So that's why they stay like towards like the top of a hollow tree. If they cannot
Hmm.
find a space, so heat rises, that's why they get inside your house. And where do you always find squirrels at? More towards the top of your house, towards the roof area,
Right,
top of the
right.
wall.
Hmm.
Heat rises, so they're trying to simulate that of like a tree. So that's why they go up high because heat rises. So it's like
Um,
they're not
You know what? I
hibernating.
just realized
they're not
I have
hibernating.
seen
That's
squirrels
interesting.
on the power lines in the wintertime, you guys.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly. Yeah,
so
they
the
don't.
hibernating animals is what the bear? Who else
Yeah,
hibernates?
the bear,
Bears,
the bear for sure.
kind of like
Yeah.
sometimes if you want to say like a groundhog, did they kind of do a sub hibernate? So they stay underneath
Mhm.
Yeah.
ground, and it's like they kind of slow their metabolism down because they don't eat a whole lot. That's why they come out, for the longest day of the summer. Sometimes crocodiles and alligators can hibernate. They
Really?
hibernate. Yes, they.
Who
I met
hibernates?
crocodiles and alligators.
Yes, like look what they do.
What?
So what they do is they slow their body temperature down
Mhm.
so much that their heartbeat only beats to that maybe between like 9 to like 15 beats a minute. And what they do is they stick their
Mm.
snouts out of the water,
Mhm.
and then as the lake freezes over, like you can look
Mhm.
this up anywhere, their nose is up there. But since they're cold-blooded reptile animals, if your heartbeat is 9 beats a minute, you're not expending any type of energy, so
Right.
that they stay like
So
that for
they
the
don't
whole.
freeze. Wait,
No,
wait, wait. I
no,
have a
they're cold
question,
blooded.
real. I have a, you know what? That would have been a stupid question because I just realized it's the surface of the water that freezes, right? It's
Yes,
not
yeah.
un,
Not so that's why they
yeah,
float to
yeah,
the
yeah,
top
yeah,
and
yeah,
put
yeah.
their snout up, and it's like they're vertical, but you see their snouts will stick up. You can Google this right now. Like, they stay
So
in
is that
frozen
why they
lakes.
do that like when they're hunting cuz when in the water and they have their nose up at the top just a
Yeah.
little bit?
Well, they do that too for many different reasons. Or like, you ever notice why a lot of them have like that kind of like little pot belly that crocodiles and alligators have?
Yeah. Yeah.
They consume stones. Stones help to soften. It softens up the bones of when they eat certain animals, and also it helps to
Mhm.
slow the digestion. So it's like now that is like spreading all like the acid around, so the food digests very slower. It's stones
Mm.
inside their stomach. They swallow
Mm.
smooth pebble stones, and that helps with grinding the bones. But it also, any meat sits on top, and it slowly digests. You can
Mm.
look that up
Oh
too.
Lord. I would hate to get eaten by one of those then.
You
That sounds
know
like
what
a
I'm
slow,
saying?
painful death.
You know what I'm
Like
Nah, but
be
any
chilling in the
cobra.
belly of a crocodile.
That's why I think about it. They can go so long without eating, or like snakes, they can go so long.
saying? Yeah. Oh, you know what I
This
saw that was so disgusting? It was a snake,
What?
a python, and it had
Hmm.
eaten a porcupine. And like, hey, T Racy, and all of the quills were like stuck out of it.
I saw that.
Oh,
Oh, that's so
oh,
gross. It made my
that
skin
would make my
crawl.
skin crawl. Yeah.
Oh,
Ugh. No,
yeah.
I seen this guy. He put a y'all poor piggy. The piggy was already like unalived or whatever.
Hmm.
But he put the piggy in the plate in the tank with the snake, and the snake ended up coming out chasing him. Did y'all? He was like big. I think it was a pipe. The really really big long snakes are called boas, right?
Boa
Yeah,
constrictors and Burmese python.
a
Yeah, it was
burning
a
python.
it was like
Okay.
a banana yellow reel. He called them banana, and he was
That's a
trying to feed
Burmese.
him.
Like the
Okay,
one,
yeah,
like
he
the
was.
one that Britney Spears wore.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Burmese.
it was like
Okay.
really long and yellow, and
Ooh,
and my whole thing is I don't understand why people have pet snakes. I swear I don't understand
girl,
that. I do not
girl.
understand that.
Because
Look at me.
they like being amongst their kind, but that's another story, anyways.
Ooh, real. You better drop those gems, baby.
Shade, the
You better
Mm-mm,
shade of it
drop.
all.
mm-mm.
Okay. Wait. Who we shading? Who we shading?
I ain't
Clock
say I
it,
ain't say
clock it,
nobody.
clock it, clock it.
See, the human snakes, they're the bad ones, but there's some good snakes. But I'm not gonna get
Period.
into that. There's some good ones, but
Well,
they're not
I'm gonna
snake
say
behavior.
my
Literally in
grandmother,
their
and
DNA.
people can say my grandmother's religious, whatever. I will say I wish I would have listened to a lot of her teachings when I was younger because it would have saved me a lot of trouble later on in life. But she always
Listen,
said snakes are of the devil, and don't trust nobody with them or who be around them or none of
yeah,
that. And
yeah,
it's like, so that's why I'm like, okay, real, I hear you, I hear you.
right.
Yeah, a
I
snake
heard
is
the
gonna
same
be a
thing. Yeah.
snake. I mean, but
Yeah.
not all, like, snakes didn't used to be bad. Like, like, so the seraphim, those level of malevolent or benevolent beings.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
seraphim are the serpent beings. Those are the serpent type
Mm.
angels. That's why they're called the seraphim. So that the
Mm.
serpentine beings, they used to be good, and then that's why the snake, he came down here and
Serpentine
trimmed it.
fire.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So
I
so
love that
people,
song by the Temptations. Not the Temptations. Who's that? Earth, Wind, and Fire. Serpentine fire. Remember
yeah, like
that?
all of them,
Yeah.
just serpentine, dragon type, dragon, yeah, like it's just all the same. So, but people got to be careful because it's like, oh, well, now you're taught that that's all bad. So if you actually
Well,
saw seraphim,
I was gonna
y'all,
say real.
Mr. Y'all,
Huh?
Tawana is talking to Wanda. So I think they're talking about groundhogs. Tawana said that her sister had a groundhog under her house and it got
Yeah.
big. And she said she when she sold the house, the ground
I know you lying.
Groundhog comes included. Go ahead, Vaughn. Go ahead.
Groundhog comes included. That is too funny.
Go ahead, Vaughn.
What up, brother?
Well,
What up, too?
yeah, I didn't say hi to brother. Hey guys. Hey y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button for Senna. She's
Oh,
live, hanging out with us. Um, you know, we've made Senna's live the view like we do
yep.
over at Miss Alice's live.
Right.
They're a mess groundhogs. I used to think groundhogs were cute and like
They are cute.
groundhogs.
They are cute. Groundhogs are cute. Don't what is it like? Don't they represent something like a groundhog sees its shadow or something like that?
Yeah.
The first day of winter, right? Or the last
Yeah.
day of winter.
What is it?
If
What
they
is
see
it
their
real?
shadow, if they see their shadow, you better hope that they don't, because when they go back in, that's when you know it's going to be a long winter. But if they don't, that's when people hope that they don't and it stays out. Then it's just like, oh, okay, shorter
What
winter,
you got
longer
there?
summer.
Ah, okay.
But you can't go off that at all these days, because
Hmm.
now the seasons is so kind of like, well, I don't want to use that word bipolar, but they're so decombobulated. You can
Yeah.
get like
The
wintertime, and
seasons
all of a
are
sudden,
falling into each other, like in
yeah.
the Bible
So
says.
yeah,
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 it's
for
like
sure.
it's
yeah.
not, you can't go off the natural circadian rhythm because something's disrupting it. Like, I don't know, something's throwing the circadian rhythm to these animals off. You can still follow them, but then if
Mm.
who's ever, let's just say who's ever riding up there doing whatever they're doing on the chariot, and that person decides to, well, I'm going to do this because I'm the, principality over here. I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. Or the
Yeah.
sun's going too high, and it's just like, okay, you slow down, you're riding the sun a little bit too fast. It doesn't matter. It's
Hmm.
just like
Mm,
you won't be able to tell the seasons from the next, because those, well, anyways, when things start going decombobulated, that's when you kind of know
mm-hmm.
certain things.
Yeah.
Like if you look at certain things now, 20 years ago compared to now, it's like, well, I don't remember those type of things. I don't remember
Right.
those type of clouds, or the sun used to
Right.
be yellow orange. Now it's a hot
Right.
white. Like, you just know.
Mm.
No, you guys. No, no, no.
Mm.
What was that this summer? When was this?
Mm.
I was FaceTiming my father and my stepmom, right?
Mm.
And do y'all remember when
Like,
all the
chicks.
aliens were like in the sky watching us and stuff? That was this past
Mm.
summer, wasn't it real?
I guess so. Yeah.
Listen, listen, listen.
Yeah, they
They
were in
were
the woods.
driving. I don't want to tell y'all where they live, but Senna, they listen. Senna.
Oh, I get it.
Senna,
Shade. Tea.
listen. Listen, y'all. It
Um.
was like we were
Okay.
we were on the FaceTime and my dad was driving they were on their way home. And where they live in Illinois, they don't live in the city. They live somewhere else, right? So there's like a lot of sky where you can see everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So my dad goes, he's like, "Hey, what's that?" And she's like, "What's what?" And he's like, "What's that?" And she's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "What is it?" Because I'm on the phone on the FaceTime.
Yeah.
And so she turns the camera around and you could see these red lights. And where they live, y'all, where they live, it there ain't no lights. Okay. All right. Not just chilling in the sky.
Mm.
And they were going straight across. Okay.
Mm.
And it was looked like, all you could see. And I want to say it my dad was like, I don't think I can say that on this live, y'all. But he was like, oh, I'm finna get in the house. And my stepmom was like, she's like, what do you think it is? He was like, I don't know, but I want to stop looking at it. I just want to get home. Like, it was so funny because it was weird. And it
Yeah.
was like, we started talking about like, oh, did y'all hear this and did y'all see that? Now I want to remind everybody of something. Senna, have you ever seen the movie Left Behind? Real, have you seen the movie Left Behind? Do y'all
Mm.
Yeah.
remember in the movie
Might have.
when they were showing the news coverage and all the animals were walking in circles and y'all remember all that weird stuff that was going on?
Yeah.
This year, I want to say it was this past year when everybody was talking about aliens were showing up and stuff. It's
Mm.
like the stuff that we're going through, y'all. I be thinking about that movie. Like, is it happening? Are we like really living in Revelation? Are we? It's
I
like,
feel like we've been living in Revelation
Revelations
for
for
a
a
long
long,
time.
hundreds of years, for centuries,
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
people who saw the Middle
okay,
Ages and
okay,
the Dark
okay.
Ages and the Roman times,
Mhm,
they thought the same
mhm.
thing. The people who had Pompeii, where the volcano exploded and it took out so
Oh
many
yeah,
towns, and
Pompeii.
the
Yeah.
ash, and it's like that was the largest explosion ever, where it
Right.
literally the sky was darked out for like 2 or 3
Right.
days because of so much ash. Those people thought
Right.
there was inside Revelations. When
Right.
Caesar was around, they're like, "Oh, this is the evil one."
Mhm.
Those people
Yeah.
thought there was inside Revelation. When Genghis Khan or Vlad the Impaler was around, he was so
Right.
bad and so evil. Those people thought there was inside
That's
Revelations.
true. Yeah, that's
So
true.
Mhm.
the celestial
I don't know,
time
you guys.
is different.
I be yeah, I be feeling weird sometimes, but then I remember the very first time I ever heard, because keep in mind, you guys, I'm new. Ooh, excuse me. I'm new in faith, but I'm not new to religion. Okay.
Yeah.
So listen,
Mhm.
my cousin was the first person to tell me and my stepmom that it said in the Bible that the seasons fall into each other. And I was like 14, 15 years old when I heard that. And I've
Okay.
seen the seasons fall into each other many times since when I was 14 and 15 years of age. I'm what about to be 32 now. So I
Yeah,
be looking like, so I guess the saying is just stay ready so you don't have to get ready,
that's
because the
it.
way some of this stuff is be going, it's like, oh my goodness, it's happening. It's like every other day, not every other day, maybe once out of each month, you guys, I be feeling that way, like, oh my God, it's happening.
I
Like,
You
mean, I get it, but part of me, like, this is just my own perspective, but part of me thinks that it is already happened.
mhm,
It's already happened, that whole thing. And the reason why people can't go towards certain places, right? Because I'm thinking like, what if that's where Christ and his millennial reign is happening, and we're
hmm.
just being tricked, and this is the actual 1,000 years that's actually happening afterwards? Because if Christ died,
Right.
and think about it, why would
Mhm.
you need to start a whole new time thing? So like
Mhm.
right after he died, right? Say
Mhm.
time started over. For some odd reason, time started over, like AD.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
started
right.
from zero.
Right.
So I'm like, And what if they added 1,000 years? Because if you go to certain graves, sometimes you'll see it'll be like 18 something, but then sometimes it'll be like I 873 or
Mhm.
I not. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, what? I'm just saying, what if we're in 1,000 years where he's able to cause a great delusion to make everybody think we already went there? And the reason why people are so like in tune with having discernment towards everything, those people are the saints. They just don't know it, and that's the great delusion.
That's
and
good.
and that's why all these people, like, everything's online, like literally, like your mind and spirit is online, like it's
Mhm.
turned on, like, like,
Mhm.
this seems odd, or I could
Mhm.
tell this person's lying, or this person definitely got spirits, demons, and jinns on it. And it's
Right.
just like, what if people are being tricked, and just to think that, oh yeah, it's about to be revelation, and all that stuff happened already?
Yeah.
It's
That
just a thought.
yeah, that's something to think about. That's
Because
something to think about.
we wouldn't know. People wouldn't know, but it's just a hint right there with the starting the time over after his death, for somebody to be that important to start that reign over again from
Right.
zero.
Mhm.
That should make you think about things. It should just make you think.
I'm about to go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, because people are like, oh, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why would God allow? And it's just like, well, what if this is that time where he's let out to be able to do these things? Because when Caesar and all those other people were around, right? People thought the same exact thing. They thought he
Right.
was the anti. Like
Right.
he went so bad. Like,
Right.
so if that was that time, and it's just like there were 7 people around, and there were 7 kingdoms. Oh, the 7 heads. Why does that
Mhm.
line up with that back at that time?
Mm. That's
Like, if you
true.
look at it, like look at all the emperors and all that stuff, and you're like,
That's very true. That's very true.
you just got to go by what is like told for you, like, well, no, it's this, and oh, you'll know that. Just like, oh no, you'll know by the great earthquakes. Well,
Mm-hmm.
you know, one of the greatest earthquakes happened in like California. That was back in the like 16 and 1700s. In the 1800s, they used to have really, 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 really bad earthquakes. But now you
Right.
notice it's not as bad as that. It was
Yeah, I lived
earthquakes
in
so
California.
bad.
When we had earthquakes, we would just ignore them because it was commonplace.
That's what I'm
It's
saying, and
like,
that's
oh,
been
okay,
happening.
here's another earthquake. All right.
Yeah, exactly, and that's been happening since the 1500s. But guess what? It's like people are like, oh, the tremors and the earthquakes are getting more
Right.
crazier, more crazier. But it's
Right.
just like
It's been crazy.
it's been crazy. Or just like in
Right.
Japan, they get a lot of earthquakes. It's been
True.
happening since the 1700s because it's been
True.
recorded.
Right.
So
That's true.
you know,
What do you think? Like I like not so much now that I'm getting older, but when I was younger, this is totally off topic. I used to think like, okay, like when you get to heaven and it's gonna be for eternity, right? Like there's no time and space. So like I used to think like I used to be so scared because I'm just like like I'm not used to like forever. Like what does that mean forever? Like what is that gonna look like? Like I know it's supposed to be a glorious thing, but like it made me like so scared. Like what is forever? Like I don't even know like what that means. Like there's
well,
no
what if
end.
it's just
So
forever in that period? Like forever in that in that time click period.
mhm.
You like, all right. I know people are like, no, that's not true. You don't know what you're saying. Well, if there's forever for a time period, right? Like, say for
Mhm.
instance, like obviously there was a time period where there was so many people, and then obviously they disrupted the gods, and then it's like, okay, let's do this. You mess with the heavenly host, we're pissed. We're gonna flood everything out.
Yeah.
A whole new time period started over, like a whole new time period.
Mhm.
A whole new time period. So it's just like forever and forever could mean that, but it could just be like there forever means like, what if it's like 10,000 years? Because people think, oh yeah, well, angels be there for the. No, they're even subject to being tempted with the false chaotic celestial energy. That's why some of them fell.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Like that's why some of them fell. Like they were tempted. Like you remember
Oh,
this? Like they were
yeah.
tempted twice. They were
Yeah.
tempted by power. That's why they got thrown out. And the
Yeah.
other one was tempted by women. They're like, dang, we're born a celestial thing. We're in heaven
Mhm.
forever. Oh, but look
Mhm.
at the women. They look good. You
Right.
know?
Right. Right.
So, or just like, what is it saying even inside the scriptures? Oh, Christ is going to come down and there's going to be a new heaven and earth, right? And
Right.
you're going to reign they're going to reign with Christ for 1,000 years. But after that 1,000 years is up, I'm going to let the devil out one more time just to tempt y'all again, even though you made it to the new heaven and earth.
Hmm.
That's my evidence for, like it's a time click. But if you already made it to
Oh,
heaven
yeah.
and earth, but you only get to reign for 1,000 years, and then the devil gets let out again to tempt you again. On my
Mhm.
revelations, it's a click of 1,000 years,
I thought it was 2,000 years.
or 2,000 years. Like it doesn't matter. It could be 1,000 years or 2,000 years. It's just
Mhm.
it is what it is. Because think about it, like 2,000 BC. Now we're already in the 2000s to AD.
Right.
It's just like another time frame. Whose
Mm.
idea was it to start this all over again from
Right.
zero?
Mhm.
So it's just like it kind of all lines up. It's like, no, yeah,
Mhm.
like I kind of think maybe there might have been people here before, Adam and Eve. Like, what if there was another world and God's like, you know what? These people are way too big. They're way too crazy. Here I'm creating Adam and Eve, and I need you guys to
Mhm.
replenish the earth.
Mhm.
Replenish means to refill again. So this
Mhm.
makes you think, but I still believe, you know what I'm saying? It's just,
And so do you believe like there's life on other planets
well,
Mm.
or
there's,
different or other universes?
so there's life on other planets, but it's not a planet, it's a dimension. Like as you go up, those planets are like habitations. So, like, say
Mhm.
for instance, when it's like, oh, the angels left their habitation.
Mhm.
Okay, their habitation most likely was probably the moon, and they probably was staring at the women from the moon through whatever. Because think about it, what? No, seriously.
No, I know. I'm just,
Real is
yeah, I know.
funny. No,
It is
I
like, but it's
I
not
do
like
think
they're all angels and demons. Like
Yeah.
it is. It's just like how they say there's seraphim, there's cherubim, there's oraphim,
Mhm.
and it's like how people be like, oh no, that's the Sarces, the
Mhm.
Palladians. There's this that. It's all the same thing. They just look different, and they have the opportunity to be good or bad. But they're just
Oh.
celestial beings.
Mhm. Oh, okay.
no. I got a question. Real, when you say you believe in other okay, so listen. Do you guys watch Stranger Things?
Yeah.
No.
Well, no,
You don't watch that, Senna?
I don't watch that. I don't. But I
I,
know about it.
I mean, no, when it comes to Netflix, I like a one and done. I don't usually watch series.
Oh, Senna. Okay. Never mind.
No,
But
what were you gonna say?
well, okay. I'm just gonna say this. I like talking to Real and
Mhm.
you. I
Mhm.
really like talking to everybody, honestly,
Yeah.
guys. But I feel like you guys were like we like me, so you would watch it. So now that I know y'all aren't, I'm upset.
No,
No, I mean,
no,
no.
I
Listen,
know.
I can get a. Listen, I can watch it tonight. It's not a problem.
No, no,
It is
No.
I
fairly.
know about Vecna and all those people in the underworld.
Right.
I
Now,
know.
now, when Real said he believes in like other dimensions,
Mhm.
okay, so I want everybody to know, no, I'm not weird and just completely have given up on my belief in Jesus.
Mhm.
Um, I I believe that this fictional show that they're showing us. I told my
Mhm.
husband this.
Mhm.
I told him I believe that this actually happened in the 80s because the 80s was what there's not one person that I know on this earth. There are very few people that enjoy the 80s, but they mostly call it the weird era, right?
Hey, I was born in the year '80s, so that makes sense.
Right, Senna, exactly. See, I
Yeah.
love you. But listen.
Mhm.
So I believe that there are other dimensions.
Yeah.
I think it's all spiritual, and
Yeah.
I believe that those demigorgons, to me, anything where like demi to me
Mhm.
is demonic, demon, devil. That's it.
Or
This is
demigod. Yeah.
this
That
is
just
how
means
I
yeah.
think. This is not something I've been taught at church or anything,
Yeah.
or like this is just my own way of thinking, you guys. My mom don't like
No.
it, but I just want y'all to know
Everything
this is
that
what
we're talking
I
about
think.
I
is
do believe
in the
that though.
Bible.
I
Yeah,
believe it.
yeah,
Everything that we're talking about, right?
Mhm.
If people are like, oh, why are you talking about Orion and Pallades? Well, guess what? You know somebody tried to come at me like that, and I'm like, that came out of God's mouth. That
Right.
came. You know what he told Job?
Oh,
Who strung the belts of Palladians and
Mhm.
Orion's belt and hung them up? I
Mhm.
did. Was you there? And then
Mhm.
people want to fight with me, and it's just like, or these unseen principalities. Do not
Right.
worship the unseen principalities or the unseen elementals. They're there to do their job. I reign
Mhm.
supreme in the realm of the heavenly host, or I reign supreme in the realm of I am the God of gods. And then
Mhm.
people want to fight.
okay.
I'm like,
So
it's
real.
in there.
Yes. So when it comes to what, okay.
Just don't
So
worship them.
years ago, when my son JC was born, you guys, a lot,
Mhm.
and I just want y'all to keep in mind, a lot of my core memories are, and when I talk about like sensitive stuff, and I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
y'all where I'm going with this. It's because I can remember because I was a little sensitive. So after I had my son, Jim
Mhm.
had me watch it. Y'all know that's what
Mm-hmm.
that's about. So, and it was like about kids being like kidnapped and tormented and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And I
Mhm.
told him, I said, this feels so real and demonic. It like
Mhm.
I would tell him that, and he would think, oh, you're being dramatic. So when I watch Stranger Things,
Yeah.
nothing in me feels that there isn't some truth to that there was some real. They say like gate. They be like, oh, L opened the gate. And gate is what like real, what, a portal. In
Yeah.
2025, we talk a lot about portals
Yeah.
and stuff like that and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So
Mhm.
I'm like, babe, you cannot tell me that this didn't actually happen in the
Right.
80s and
Right.
the government covered it up. The government knew
Right.
what was going on. Woo, 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 woo,
Right.
woo. Because why does it feel so real?
Right.
Because it
And
Right.
is,
it,
see,
yeah,
yes, you
Right.
have
yeah.
to
And
know
it's like,
what you're dealing
yeah,
with. This is why so many people be like, oh, like if you know what, like, see, there's always like three parts to this, right? And I'm gonna let people know something, right?
Mhm.
If you know what you're dealing with, right? This is
Mhm.
why so many people be like, oh, I'll pray, I'll call on the name of Jesus and all this stuff. That's good and that's great. And you're supposed to do that. But then people wonder why they still be going through things, still going through health things, still stuff be going on. That's
Yeah.
because you know, but you don't know. And if you know that there's a principality around, then
Mhm.
that means that you have to fervently go against it. And now that if you know these things are like, okay, this exists, now I gotta stay away from this. Now I gotta stay away from that. And people swear that it's like, oh no, I'm good. But then their mind will still have hate towards somebody or
Mhm.
real anger. And those are
Right.
principalities that come in and they mess with your
Mhm.
perception because I don't know, somehow, some way, they're
Mhm.
us. And people like, no, yes, if God
yeah,
created us,
Right.
and we're from him and he created
Right.
the angels, and if
Right.
angels had kids, it doesn't matter, those angels are
real.
fallen, those are our brothers and sisters.
When I found out that the angels were what were they, raped by demons or mated with demons, and that's how the
They
mermaids and
made
stuff
it
came around.
for
Yeah,
the
it was
Nephilim.
like I said, "Oh my word!" Like I was so like, so mermaids are real, and they're like, yes, but
Mhm.
mermaids are demons. Like I
All of
love
them,
those
like,
rabbit holes
yeah, or like,
because
when those half horse half men, right, or the half
Yeah.
bulls and stuff. So
yeah,
what happens is
yes, real, yes.
angels, they're like, excuse my language, but their sperm is super powered celestial sperm, so they're
Mhm.
able to get certain things pregnant. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's
Mhm.
where you get these stories of these them my guys from, like, if they were doing it with like whales, they were doing it with like dolphins, they were doing it with
Yeah.
like
The
horses,
Greek mythology.
Greek myth. So
Yeah.
those were just like those. Oh no, yes, those are just the fallen ones. Because
And
think
guess
about it,
what,
right?
real, not real, Senna. Did you know
Mhm.
that Zeus is in the Bible in I think
Exactly.
it's I think it's Acts. I went and found him because
Okay.
He's in there more than one time.
yeah, I
Uh,
used to have a lot of like, conversations with like Mr. Lounge, and he would go down those like super rabbit holes, and I'd be
yeah.
like, "What?" And a
Yeah.
lot of this stuff is biblical, y'all. Like it's like, "What?" So,
Who do
my
you
what
think?
I was
Who do you think Zeus
what?
is? What did
Well, in my
what did
mind, he was
Zeus?
a wait, real. At first he was a fictional character. Shout out to Disney, Hercules, right? And
Right.
then
Right. Right.
when you
Well,
go
that's
to
his son.
school, when you go to school, you do Greek mythology class,
Right. Mhm.
in social studies and all that. Is it social studies or science? It's one of those, right?
History.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
and then when you get, older, you learn more about religion, and
Right.
you hear pastors say like, "Oh, I don't worship no Buddha or no Zeus," and
Mhm.
it's like those
That's what they
Zeus.
think.
Zeus is like a lower. He is a lowercase god. So when people say, "Oh, there is no other gods exist except God," that's actually not true.
But
In
Right.
the
why did Jesus
spiritual
even say
realm,
the God of
right?
this world is you know who? He said that out his own mouth,
Right,
the God of
right.
this world.
All
Yeah.
of those gods are lower level gods compared to our God, who is the most high God. So
Mhm.
it's like when people say that stuff isn't real, it doesn't exist. It's like if you read the Bible, it is real, it does exist. God is just
Mhm.
telling us not to worship those people or pay those people any kind of mind
Let
because
me
it's something different over there. But go ahead, Senna. Go ahead.
okay, okay. I'm watching this lady, and I'm not going to promote her because I don't really, I don't. I was drawn to her, and I didn't really know why. What she does, to me, what she does on YouTube is kind of like, I'm not okay. So, anyways, this lady, she is a loner by choice. Um, she has kids, but she never wanted to have kids, so she doesn't have a good relationship with her kids, and that doesn't bother her. Doesn't have a good relationship with her family, and she does a lot of like self-sabotaging things, and she knows it, and she kind of like lives her life knowing that that's her life, and when it's her time to go, it's her time to go, and the things that she does what anyway. So she said one day I was watching her, and she said that she was looking into the mirror, and when she looked into the mirror, she saw herself, but it wasn't her. It was like another her. So she said that she was like there was like this force for her to touch the mirror. So she said, when I touched the mirror, I got sucked into another world for like 15 years. So she was like, I was married. I never wanted to get married. I had kids, never wanted to have kids. And then she was like, one day I just got sucked out of it back into my life now. And I was like, no wonder I like am intrigued with this lady. But like
Hmm.
that for her saying that, like that
Oh,
just
yeah,
made me
she
go
was
Can
living
ahead.
you
inside
send
the
me the
spiritual
channel? Because I
realm.
totally want to watch her. But
So
like, is it
all she did,
I'll
she
is
was
it
inside the
safe?
spiritual realm. Like that's all that
Yeah.
happens. And the Bible talks about this, and so many people try to go
wait,
against what I say.
repeat that real, repeat
I
that.
said, so all she did, she was just living inside the spiritual realm. So, like, do you know how when God be like, oh, 1,000 years is not like a day, a
Yes,
thousand years is not but a day for him?
yes,
Do the
yes.
comparison. She got sucked in for 15 years. It raced past when she was inside the spiritual realm. When she came
Right.
back here, that's not true. Well, guess who laid down by a tree and he went into a deep sleep? And he went under a tree called what? The pineal tree. And when he
Mm,
laid there, he
mm,
was inside of a spiritual realm. And who did he wrestle against inside the spiritual realm? He wrestled against the angel of God for a long time. They said he kept doing it. Even though he was asleep, he was inside of a different realm. He
yeah.
wrestled with this angel so hard. Y'all remember what happened to his hip? Remember his hip got
He
broke.
broke. He touched it and it dislocated. Right.
Yep,
Mhm.
the angel
Yeah.
was so
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
But this is why he was asleep now. So then he woke back up and it's like, oh well, you've contended with me this long, as most people can't be, you can't wrestle with an angel. That's what makes me think that Jacob at least had a celestial bloodline inside him,
Yeah.
because no man can wrestle with the angel of God and survive.
Mhm.
So I think he had whatever, God blood, angel blood, whatever. And I think that's what's happening now with a lot of people. That's why some
Mhm.
people are so evil. You know how people be like, oh, you're the seed of your father Satan. You don't think he's got kids down here? You don't think certain people got that stuff inside their blood?
For
You ever
sure.
seen people so evil,
Yeah.
so bad?
Yeah.
They're half breeds.
Right.
Like
They're
so
not. No. 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 No.
yes,
No.
Did you just
you
call him
can say
half
no
Janice.
breed?
all you want.
Janice. Yes, I've heard that mirrors are portals too, and I believe that.
Senna, I
Yeah.
wasn't
Yes.
gonna say it because I don't want people to know even though I've already told all you guys. But yes, mirrors are portals,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that's
I
why when
don't.
you walk inside of a
Yeah.
store, right? As soon as they always have a mirror hanging and they make you look to the right so they can draw your energy so you can look at this so you can try to buy something. Don't look at the mirror. As soon as you walk inside of a
What?
store, yes.
Yeah.
See, like what y'all have to
I haven't
understand,
heard of
right?
that one.
There's stuff
I've heard.
called
I've heard not
I
to
witchcraft.
love you
sleep.
guys. You guys are
Yeah.
making my night.
I was gonna say real. I was gonna
It's
say when it
witchcraft
comes. Yeah, I understand.
and it's in the
Uh,
Bible. And when you
yeah, I
understand these
understand that level
things,
of it. Yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like people be like, no, and it's just like, if you don't know what you're dealing with, right? You could be thinking
Right.
everything's good, but then what if you
Right.
attached yourself to something you thinking
Right.
everything's good? Now it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna call upon the name of Jesus, right? You could do
Mhm.
that, but guess what? Remember when what's his name called upon Michael? Sometimes it takes time because they got to go through hordes of these principalities. Michael had
Wow.
to contend with the Prince of Persia for how long? 3 or 4 days. Because sometimes
Wow.
these principalities are so strong. Like they,
Oh, that makes a lot of sense to
That's
everything.
why
that, so if you know that it
I want to say this.
exists,
I
yeah,
agree with real until because I believe that if you confess, to God, you ask him for forgiveness and like, hey, I'm sorry for dealing with those things and stuff like that. I believe that he does immediately help you. So I
Oh
don't know
no,
about that real. Yeah,
no,
I
no,
don't know.
no. I'm talking about if you get pulled into somebody's witchcraft. Like, say for instance,
Oh,
right?
okay, okay, okay,
There's so
okay. Go
many
ahead, go
people
ahead.
on here, right? Some people know they're doing it, and some people don't know they're doing it. But like, say for instance, right? It's called like a lot of these people need energy. I'm just gonna give it to y'all like it is, and people can choose to believe it or not. When
No,
their
I
Okay,
believe
wait a
energy
you.
minute. Wait a
starts
minute.
to
Wait a
get
minute.
low,
Real.
and they
Can I
see
stop
you
you for one
shining,
time? Can I stop you for
right?
one time?
Yeah, go
Now,
ahead.
Vaughn. No, I'm gonna put it in
Huh?
the backstage for Vaughn.
Okay.
These people will. I'm low on energy. I need you
Mhm.
to pay me attention, and I'm gonna mess with you out of nowhere. I
Yep.
need you because you fulfill me. And it's like if like people be saying, "Oh, I'm in the God." If you were really in the God, like you'll have the eyes to see who's sketchy witchy. You'll see who's delving into stuff that you. It's like they can say that they're of God, but they're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's God will give you these eyes, but people deny the power. And if God gave you the authority, he specifically keeps telling people, I gave you the authority to trample over scorpions and vipers, right?
Mhm.
So now sometimes you know how people keep calling upon God, right? Imagine
Mhm.
that your parents taught you how to ride a bike, right?
Hmm.
Mhm.
You're gonna know how to ride a bike. Okay, I put my bike down. Now, each and every single time I gotta go somewhere, I'm going back to my parents. I'm going back to my father,
Hmm.
asking
Mhm.
him, "Oh, help me ride this bike." But
Yeah.
he's like, "I already taught you how to ride this bike. Why are you keep coming back to me when I gave you the power to show you how to ride this bike? All you got to do is pick it up. All you got to do is say no. All you got to do this." So that's why sometimes God might look at certain situations like, "Oh God, help me out of this situation," and it's like,
Right.
I gave you the power already. Like you just chose to walk into it. You chose to get sucked into it. Yeah, like if
Now,
that makes sense.
I do believe that sometimes we go to God for things He's already given us the answers for,
Hmm.
and like you said, we deny. Isn't that biblical? Like in the last days, people will I will say what I it's in Timothy. It's like people will have a
Form of
a
godliness.
form of godliness, but will deny the power of God. Is it?
Yes.
It's in Timothy.
Yeah,
Y'all know what I'm trying to say, right?
you said it
Right?
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
It's
said, you said it right.
yeah.
You said it right.
that's part of the reason, but you also have to remember in Revelations, what is it saying? Power will be given to the enemy at some point, just for a little bit,
Mhm.
Hmm.
and their job is going to be to what? Wear out the saints. So it's
Yeah.
not like
Right. Yeah.
like they're going to be given power, but it's just you. Okay, if you know what you're looking at, it's like, why does this keep happening? Because it's just to try to wear you down. But after a while, it's not going to work. They're just giving power just to do it. It's just training the
Yeah.
saints. So
Yeah.
people got to
Yeah.
understand that. That's why these evil people be on the rise. Like, soon as you be happy, soon as you be all this, that, and all of a sudden, just somebody just got to start talking about you and pick on you out of nowhere, start making videos about you, or they just turn on you out of nowhere. They just
Yeah.
turn on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's what that's happening. And when you see these things, it's like, oh, or some people are doing unbeknownst witchcraft. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
I was
Hmm.
gonna say real. A lot of people think I'm crazy. I've been told you need to grow up. Woo woo. It's like no. Once you know, you know,
You know. Yeah.
and no tea, no shade to anybody. But it's like
Yeah.
once if I see that you over there, dealing with people that I know is about that life, I can't
Yeah.
deal with you.
Yeah.
It's like
But it's in the Bible though. Like that's all I don't understand.
yeah,
People are like, oh, why you believe in witchcraft? It says they use their charms, they use
Yep.
these words, they
Yep.
try to suck you in, they try to
Yep.
create a soul tie.
Yep.
It's in the Bible, and people still deny this stuff. It's
Right.
like
uh-huh,
suffer not a witch the burden on you, because what you
Right.
supposed to do?
yeah.
Bash them over the head, but we ain't gonna do
But
all
when you
that.
but real when you say when you quote that Bible verse, people will say, "Oh, they were burning innocent people that weren't even participating in witchcraft." It's like, well, first of all, I don't think God was actually telling us to smite people. Okay, keep in mind that scripture verse is in Exodus, so that's before Jesus came. So, um, in my own defense, when I say that, I'm not saying we should, get rid of people. In my own defense, it's I'm not gonna deal with that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna participate with, or what is it, come into agreement with somebody that I know is about that life, because then I'm opening up things for myself. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like, because if
Yeah,
we're
you just
if
gotta be
if
strong
we're
enough to fight against it.
right, you have to be right, real. And it's like in my own defense, okay, if we're gonna go off of how Jesus was, and we're supposed to be Christ like, yes, I'm going to live peaceably amongst all men if be possible, but I will not entertain what I know is not of God. Do
Right.
y'all following me? It's
Yeah,
Right.
like,
yeah.
we can all be cool, but no, you can't come to my house. No, you can't be around my kids. No, I don't really want to be your friend, because
Absolutely.
you could be trying to do stuff to me, and
Because
I'm thinking we're
Vons,
cool.
that's what people do. They'll beg you to
Right.
come. Look, let's be friends. You should let me come to your house. And
Mm-hmm.
meanwhile, they creating some little sigil or something to try to leave inside your house
Mm-hmm.
or take something. That's what these people do. And
Mm-hmm.
if
Yeah.
you know what you're dealing with, then you could easily say no. It's like you could use your instinct, like Janet said. But if
Right.
you know, like, oh, I see you're creating charms and this, and you want to give
Right.
me this charm. If you took the time to know the wisdom that God bestows upon us and be like, oh, I get it. You're creating this, and it seems or you want me to eat your food so bad, and you want to give
Mm-hmm.
me this charm
Yep.
bracelet and come to
Mm-hmm.
my house and leave something behind. It's like
Mm-hmm.
that's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's weird. It is not okay. And
Yeah.
people think, oh, y'all are thinking too much. It's like, no, once for me, God tells me stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
know it may not be, I mean, y'all know me. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not trying to make people hate nobody or nothing like that. It's just like,
Right.
hey, it's a no for me.
Right.
there's
Like,
people out
oh,
there
you're
who are
so,
in the
but
business that
real.
specifically say that they're like, I'm a witch.
Yeah,
Like, look at Erica
yeah,
Badu, like, right? What did she say? All my
yeah,
papa witch. She was like, if you spend one night with me, I'll make you
yeah.
change gods. Like they're
She
just
that's
What?
exactly what
exactly
she
what
said,
she
real.
said.
And
I
I've
didn't
been
hear
like,
that.
oh yes, and then she did. And that's why what's funny is I was talking about this earlier with somebody else, and they said, how come you don't believe that, Beyonce? And I'm like, no, I absolutely do. It's like it's a love-hate relationship, but she is absolutely a witch, and she
Yeah.
does do witch thingies. And I had to, ask God to let me hear it for myself. And strange enough, he used one of my favorite songs of hers to show me, like, hey man, she about that life.
Yep.
So
She
it's
got that
like
right.
you yeah, you gotta, it's not like a judgment thing, it's just an awareness thing, because you can like I'm not gonna lie, I do really like her, but guess what, the truth is the truth. She plays with those other gods and stuff. And so
Yeah.
some people are like, oh, she sacrifices people. Vaughn, I don't want to believe that. In fact, I still don't know if I believe that, but I have to think about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, it may not, I'm gonna say this. I don't care what anybody believes in their personal life. I really don't. But when it comes to like the celebrities and stuff, you guys, I get a little thrown off, because it's like nobody wants to believe that they're doing all that bad stuff. But it's like, that the enemy does bless people. Well, not bless. He gives you good stuff for the bad stuff that you
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's not just with celebrities, that's with all of us.
Yeah.
If you working
Absolutely.
for him, he will reward you. There we go. That's the
Absolutely.
word I'm looking for. So it's like, I don't know what they be doing and stuff, but I do know that a lot of the bigger celebrities, especially in the music industry, are
Yeah.
definitely about that life. Bad.
It's called their alter ego. So say for instance, right?
Yeah.
Everybody
There
can
you go.
like Beyonce, right?
Yeah.
But it's the L that's behind her. So when Sasha L comes out,
Mm-hmm.
that's that
Right.
person. Say for instance, people can like Nicki Minaj, right? But when
Mm-hmm.
that little Roman boy from the 1600s, his little evil self comes out,
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I,
real.
I can keep going on and to these people's
No, no,
alter
no, no, no.
egos.
Have you okay, so let me ask you this, since we're all talking about it. Her rants on Twitter. What do you think? Do you think it's just the drugs, or do you think she's trying to like do you think she's trying to get her soul back? What do y'all think?
So it's either one or two things. When you so it's called swapping, right? Sometimes people can
Swapping.
swap their spirits accidentally or whenever they sign something to a spirit inside a spirit realm. You're then trapped on that side. That other
Hmm.
side is on you. Or
Hmm.
she's a half breed. And when you're a half breed, you're gonna have both sides fighting. Like you're just like there's half breeds out here. It just is what it is. And that's why some people want to try to, and it's not their fault. And I think God can have forgiveness for certain people like that. But that's why
Hmm.
you want to try to be good so bad. But there's this other side that just comes out so bad. That's the rebellion side. Because if you're a half breed and you got so called celestial blood, you don't know what type of blood you have inside. You don't know what people did or the doctor. You don't know. That's the rebellious side that comes out. There's a good righteous side, but if you're a half breed, that rebellious side is always gonna wanna, and it's strong because they're half breeds. Like it just is what it is. And some people be fighting, and then people cannot believe it all they want. But if it specifically says some people are the see, like think about it, right? If angels had kids, right? You don't
Hmm.
think you
Right.
know who had kids too? Like let's just be real. Like he's like, I ain't missing out. I'm having a kid too. Like, and
Hmm.
that's why I said you are of your father's hand, right? Let's
Right.
say that somebody's super demon possessed, right? Let's say
Hmm.
that they have
Okay.
all seven parts of each part of their body, which God gives us. So it's like we got our stomach, we got our
Um,
brain, we got our throat, which we talk out of because your tongue is a sword. You got
uh,
your heart, you got your private part, right?
hmm.
That's why there's
Right.
seven. Why do you always think there's like seven demons, right? If you have a full side of a seat of seven demons inside you, and let's say that you have sex with somebody and they like demon possessed, what do you think that's creating inside the spiritual realm? That's
Oh
how you
wow.
become a half breed.
Oh wow.
Everything's
Wait,
spiritual.
what?
If
Oh
you're
wow.
having sex with somebody who's fully like all seven parts of them are filled with demons, remember,
Mm-hmm.
okay, Mary Magdalene. Oh, I expelled the seven demons from her. Oh, that man Levi, I expelled the seven from him. If all your seats are filled up and you're doing it with somebody that's like fully engulfed with like demons, you
Mm-hmm.
are then creating something in the spiritual realm, and then that kid can become a half breed. It just is what it is. Like think
No,
about
you
it.
think
Like
so for real?
so, do you think you could honestly have sex with somebody that has seven demons on them and nothing's gonna happen? Like, oh, I'm just protected. This person has all something happens inside the spiritual realm. Just like when you sleep, right? You got to be careful. Like, I'm gonna go to another part of like, when people have sex
When we're
dreams.
sleeping, we're most vulnerable. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Go
So
ahead, real. Go
sometimes be
ahead.
careful with who you like. It could just be somebody that's like, okay, guess what? This person really likes you. You like them, so you're gonna have a dream like that. But then there's other beings like these witches, and they know this. They'll try to
Yeah.
create this avatar and try to have sex with you inside the
Yeah.
dream through the
Yeah.
spirit of the incubus or succubus spirit.
Yeah.
And they're if you believe everything is spiritual, then you're creating a spiritual baby. Like
Hmm.
it just happens.
Yeah.
Is a demon.
Yep.
It just is what it is. Yeah, see, like what she said, if you believe it's under a contract, so he's recruiting others to take over.
Yep.
Like this, that's what witches do. Like they be like, oh, I want to do this with this man, and they always want to, excuse my language, like, oh, I want to do the sucky sucky, and then because you want that man's seed inside your mouth, so you can alchemize inside the spiritual realm. That's
Ew.
why some of those kind of women always be, oh, I'll suck the skin off, and I'll do this and that. It's like, no, I'm being serious. It's
No,
like,
I'm laughing because I've heard that a lot. It'd be like,
uh,
yo, what?
that's what they do. Like they want it so bad, and it's just like, and it's like they want that attachment. That's why when you do something with certain people, that's why some people
Uh-huh.
can't let go of people. Like you be so attached because it's a spiritual cord that they done created. And you're
Hmm.
like, why I keep running into this? Why I keep going? I know this is not good for me. And it's like this feeling. I keep thinking about this person. This person's thinking about me. But God gives you that power to know, like, okay, you think about this person, maybe because this person's thinking
Hold,
about you. You just don't
hold
know
on,
that they're
real.
yes.
Oh, Uh,
That
Senna,
makes a
Janice
lot of
has
sense.
a Janice has a, question for us. What do you guys think about that?
What?
Yeah, I believe what Janice says.
Yeah,
Of
I
course, like
think
his
I
acronym is
think he
D.
is
He's dancing in the
I
devil's
yes.
yard.
Yes, real. I think he absolutely made some type of agreement,
Mm-hmm.
contract, something,
Mm-hmm.
whether he knew it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
He
he
knew
did
it.
everything he was supposed I think he did everything he was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel bad for him, like spiritually, y'all. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, he and then when I was watching the documentary, Sin, I know you said you didn't watch it, but in the documentary, Sin, he kept
Mm-hmm.
saying, he's like, God told me to do nothing, God told me to be still. It's like that's not the God you think it is,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Like that's it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, right.
Mind
But
blowing,
yeah,
mind
but
blowing.
God, you got to be careful of which because there's a very top ranking angel. If you read Enoch, his name's God. His name's Godriel. So that's why I be when people make sure you have the right
Mm-mm.
intentions of calling God because there's his name's
Wow.
God. It's spelled GAD. So people be like, we're God, and I'm like, you're calling upon that top ranking angel
Mm-hmm.
that went against God. Like he went against the true God. His name was God. And
Mm-hmm.
he taught mankind so much stuff and
Mm-hmm.
and and witchcraft and all this stuff and him and Sam Yaz and Samael and all those other people, whatever. So
And another thing I learned in Bible study is that a lot of people I don't never mind, I'm not gonna say that because I don't want to offend anybody. But all I'm gonna say is I learned that back when Moses went, when he went to go get the Ten Commandments, you guys, and he came back down and they were like building gold calves and things like that, and they were worshiping the gold and all of that,
mhm.
that was witchcraft, real. And
Of
that's why Moses was
course.
so angry. I didn't know that at first. I always thought that it was imaginary, like they were imaginary gods, that they didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? It was
Mm-hmm.
all. But if y'all read the Bible, what was it, Baal?
Yeah.
It,
There's Bezel. I don't want to say his name. There's
Yeah.
yeah,
Mo. Him
yeah,
too. There's there's
yeah,
uh there's another one called the Queen of the Heavens. People don't know about that. She's mentioned. She's supposed to be
Hmm.
the Queen of the Look, it's right inside the Bible. It's called the Queen of the
yeah,
Heavens, Astra.
Wow.
yeah.
There's a
Where,
lot of
yeah,
them.
What's the
And
name?
remember? I'm gonna just say this real quick. When they were traveling in the desert, they say, "Do you not know that you were not worshiping me at all? You
Mm-hmm.
were
right,
worshiping the star of such and such, who are nothing but powerful demons. Like, do you not know you are
yeah,
sacrificing to high-ranking demons who are
Wow.
kind of like gods? Like, they have a
Wow.
lot of power,
Yeah.
but not true power like God."
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Wow.
They
yeah.
said it. You're
Yeah,
sacrificing and worshiping these things. Do not worship
yeah.
foreign gods or alien
Mm-hmm.
gods.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of that stuff people think is just null and void. It's like, it's not, you know. I hate to tell everybody, but it's not. I honestly, I don't hate to tell them. What I don't like about it is, uh, you guys, what I was telling Jim is like once you kind of see stuff, because like when Halloween came around,
Mm-hmm.
y'all know the K-pop demon hunter people.
Yeah.
Um, I was telling him, because my daughter, they wanted to be witches and demons,
Mm-hmm.
and he thought I was being extra and dramatic, and I'm like, nah, babe, you don't understand. Like, I'm not trying to be religious and like ruin their childhoods. It's that
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to like be in agreement with that stuff. We totally disagree. Hopefully, like maybe later on down the line, he'll, but I kind of feel guilty a lot because I say one thing and then I do another. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm only doing another because I don't want, oh, my mom was so religious and we couldn't do this and we couldn't do that. Because honestly, I didn't grow up that way either, but we understood that my mom was okay with us eating candy. She really didn't like us watching scary movies, but she let us do it. But we
Mm-hmm.
weren't allowed to trick or treat.
Right.
And we did all that Halloween stuff at school. But once we came home, now my grandma even though she, we were all kind of brought up the same way, she
Mhm.
would let us pass out candy to the kids.
Mhm.
She felt like, oh, don't be like that, let the kids, but and then remember there's church too. See, that's the thing that confuses me.
Mhm.
The church will let the kids bob for apples and dress up as costumes that are like
Right.
angels at
Mhm.
church.
Mhm.
But to me, and me and my mom was talking about this, why not like take that stuff out of the church, period? If we're gonna do something festive, we can, I don't know, just pass out candy apples, or let the kids color or watch a nice movie. But why
Yeah.
do we have to do both? Because it's kind of oxymoron, right?
Right.
It's like we're teaching, oh, that's the devil, we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that, but we're doing it anyway. Y'all know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't get that part, but I just mind my business, and I got my own struggles in my own inside of my own house. So I'm not gonna go to church and say that because I don't want everybody to think I'm a devil and I'm a witch.
But I
It's
mean, like,
like,
so sometimes all evil spirits are not like everybody. Like, oh, that that's of the devil. That's of the devil. Not every evil spirit is bad in front of devil. I know people. It's hard for a pill for people to swallow,
No,
but
that I no, I actually understand that.
God can send an evil spirit your way
yeah,
too. It's like, oh, an evil
yeah,
spirit was sent from God. I'm like, wait a minute, what? But you know how you overcome that? Listening to
yeah,
very, very good, uplifting, gospel music. Because like, oh, he played a
right.
7, he played the harp and listened to good music, and it aligned him back with God. So then the evil spirit that God sent left from him. When I seen, I was like, wait, what? So sometimes evil spirits ain't always from the devil. It's just not.
Mhm.
Right.
I can't go all the way into that, but that's just the way it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
It happens, but I think there's a reasoning behind that. I think there's a duality going on somewhere where I'm just like, when I saw what did that, whatever, let's just call him, well, her, I think it's her, but Lucifer wanted to take over God, right?
Mhm.
What, what did Zeus want to do to hit his father?
I
Wait,
don't
say that
remember.
again, real. Say
So,
that again.
so remember what Lucifer or whatever did to want to, oh, I became jealous. I wanted to take over the throne. I didn't like what you
Oh
did.
yeah.
What do you think Zeus did? Oh, I'm going to become the new god. I want this. I'm going to become the king of Mount Olympus. I'm going to raise my throne above all the. I'm like, wait a minute. So
Mhm.
that means that if, oh, so Zeus is, who? Because it's the same exact story.
Mhm.
It's the same story. Like you wanted
Mm.
to take over, like I want to be the king of gods. I want to rule this. I'm going to raise my mount higher than the other gods. I'm like, why does this story sound so much like, you know, Lucifer?
That's
Hmm.
So
true. Yeah,
is Lucifer Zeus? Like it
that's
just
true.
makes you think, like, oh, okay. That's why Zeus kept name being mentioned inside the Bible, and those are real stories. And it's proof because remember when Paul and Barnabas was preaching the gospel,
Mhm.
those people saw the amazing things and power of what Paul and Barnabas was doing,
Mhm.
that they thought that Paul and Barnabas was Zeus and Hermes. They had powers similar to those gods. They're like, oh, the things that you're doing, you can look it right up.
Oh.
So that's how you know that that's real.
Oh.
Why would those
Okay.
people think that you're Zeus? They're like, but you're doing this and this and this. This was Zeus and Hermes. So then they started bringing them bulls and all the fine wine and everything. And Paul and Barnabas was like, but don't bring this to me. Like, you don't have to worship us. The gods have came down from the skies in human form again. Yes. And they're like, no, this is new
Oh, wow.
power. Yeah,
Oh,
that's there. That's
okay,
there.
okay, okay.
So that's how you know that that stuff is like, why would those people think that if they hadn't seen that already?
Mhm.
You
Hmm.
Mm.
know? But then,
Mhm.
God's like, I'm gonna show you the true power, the real power. You know what I'm saying?
True, true, true. True,
Because
true, true.
people like, oh, I don't believe in this and that. But People will believe in vegan vampires and werewolves, but
You
won't
know
believe
what?
in.
You know what really trips me out though, if I'm being honest with you guys,
Mm-hmm.
um, that we are spiritual beings.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be honest.
Mm-hmm.
in a
Oh,
human
oh, okay.
3D flesh suit.
No, wait, real. In my mind, I know that I'm thinking. It's like I can feel my spirit sometimes, you guys. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can feel when my spirit's overwhelmed. I can
Mm-hmm.
feel when it's trying to tell me something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I wonder what it's like to exist outside the flesh. Like what is that gonna be like?
You don't have to wait for that. You don't have to wait for that. You can have that experience right now, next or
Yeah, you do
tomorrow.
it
You
partially when you
Really?
sleep.
yes. If you really like me, if I go before God and
Mm-hmm.
I open my entire being to Him, and He comes in and
Mm-hmm.
He floods me, and it's just me and Him, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
He's attached to all the other saints or whatever. So people are like, "Oh, I
That's
can't wait to get to heaven." You can experience heaven right now.
heaven on earth. Go
So
and find the
Senna, so
kingdom
so
within.
Senna, so
Hmm.
Senna, what you're saying is like after my baptism and I had that euphoric feeling and I was like really I could feel really because my when it came down,
Love.
I called my mom like I'm like she's like no that no you're it doesn't mean that you're not still close to God or connected because I could feel the down. I felt the up, but
Hmm.
the down felt like not that he like abandoned me or anything. I felt
I
like
get it.
I did yeah. So
I
you're
get it.
saying that's so when I just told you guys that I can feel my spirit, I can I know what it feels like already, is what you're saying?
Yeah, you can experience heaven. You don't have to wait for heaven. When you are with the Lord, right?
Mhm.
You're not dealing with Him in time and space. You're
Right.
dealing with
There
the
you
Okay.
go,
Lord
Santa.
in His realm. So once it's just you and Him, like totally you and Him, you block everything from the outside out, and it's just you and Him. You're
Mhm.
in heaven.
Mhm.
You're in what they call heaven. What heaven is not like, okay, I'm sorry. Like if heaven is golden streets and mansions, there's
Mhm.
people right now that already got that. I want that's not what I want. Heaven is not. It's not as to me. It's a like
It's
it's
like
like
almost like it's like a state of mind that brings you to the highest
yes,
consciousness with God. Like there's no pain,
yes,
no nothing, because
yes.
the highest
And there's
frequency
nothing
is
there. There's no
love,
yes. There's just
and you just
love.
love, just
Yeah, there's just
love.
love. It's love. It's like a love you will never
Yeah,
experience that love.
Yeah,
blissfulness,
okay.
Yeah.
happiness,
Okay.
just
You don't have to wait for that. But
Oh,
you don't have to
okay.
wait for that. You ain't gotta wait. You
Mhm.
can have that, you can have that experience. Lord, I want to experience that now. Go before
Mhm.
him and let him just be just because sometimes we're not open. Sometimes we go for the Lord like, Lord, we want
right,
you to
Santa.
work. I want you to work in me, but I don't want you to take this
Okay,
away.
so
Yeah.
Senna, what?
Go
Okay, because
ahead.
I want to make sure I understand y'all completely.
Okay.
So this thought that I've been thinking, maybe I don't know the last couple of months.
Hmm.
I want to know what it's gonna feel like to be outside of the flesh. I already know what that feels like, is what y'all are saying. I just need to like what meditate more so that I can
Yeah, because
like
they
I
don't
can't tell
teach
you
you
what.
that in church. They just don't
Yeah.
teach you
okay.
that. There's
Right.
something's not
Right.
taught. Like make
Oh,
yourself
okay.
real
Well,
quiet.
my church is different, so they do.
Oh, good.
we,
See,
Well,
they,
and
Senna,
yeah,
no,
worship me
no.
in the spirit. Then that's what they're
Well, no, no,
supposed
no,
to
no,
be
no.
teaching.
It's not that because keep in mind I do go to a teaching church. It's
Mhm.
that I haven't had the opportunity. Well, it's not that I haven't had. I've been thinking I'm a little I haven't asked anybody the question
Yeah.
because, but I've been thinking about it so much because it's like when we talk about this stuff, we talk about the spirit realm, our
Hmm.
Right,
spirits,
James.
and it's like I guess maybe I overthought it and maybe, I didn't think about it, but from what you guys are saying, we all already know what that feels like. I guess to me, it was supposed to be something different. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought you guys were gonna be like, "Oh, Vaughn, I've had that thought too." But no, what y'all are saying is we're already we know what it's like to have the spirit in the flesh, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and
You
oh,
would, yeah. You can definitely,
yeah.
yeah. You can definitely have that. You can definitely have that. We got to. You don't have to wait. You don't have to
Yeah.
wait. God,
Don't look
God
here.
is there.
Don't look
You don't
there.
have
Don't
to.
look to the sky. The kingdom of God is within. And it has a lot of meaning. People just don't
Mhm.
realize what the like.
Yeah.
The average person honestly doesn't know what that means. They're just thinking like, oh, that just means be good. And it's like there's more to that. Like your spirit can
Honestly,
even.
real, that's exactly what I thought it
But see,
meant.
no, like your spirit can speak to you, like right. If
Mhm.
you be quiet, right now, ask
Right,
yourself a
Janice.
question, but ask
Facts,
yourself the
facts,
question.
facts, facts, Janice. Sorry.
No,
Excuse
no,
me.
no.
What'd she
Yeah,
But
right,
say?
yeah,
What'd she
right.
say?
she said you can't be afraid because it will block you.
Block, right,
Yeah.
right,
Okay.
Go
Okay.
ahead,
right.
girl.
Yeah.
But if you close your mind, right, to just
Mhm.
act like you're quiet, now
Mm-hmm.
ask yourself something. Just be like, what is my name? Or what am I going to do tomorrow? Now say that to yourself, but don't say it with your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Say it inside your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who do you think voice that is talking to you?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't really sound like you, but it's like a version of you. That's
Mm-hmm.
your spirit talking to you, because your spirit is
Mm-hmm.
inside your mind too.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
God goes through the mind, and people are like, because where's that voice emanating from? Like if you're
Right.
talking to
Mhm.
yourself
Mm-hmm.
inside your mind, you're asking these questions. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
well, this and that, and it's like, but it doesn't sound like me. But I'm trying to make my voice sound like that. It's just like you know. That's why
Mm-hmm.
God knows your thoughts. Your
Right.
thoughts are still, in your mind, in the spirit realm. You know, like it's
Mhm.
just there. That's why
Yeah.
when people be like getting high, that's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
a false way of doing it sometimes, but they
Yeah.
call it getting high because you go
Mm-hmm.
to a higher realm,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why it
Mm-hmm.
talks about it inside the
Mm.
Bible. Like, and if any of you get here through the wrong way, like if you coming through the back door or climbing through the attic, I'm gonna push you back out. That's a double meaning. Like if some of you try to get to like the lower realms of heaven through,
I can believe that it's like a back doorway because it's a quick fix
yeah,
versus
Yeah.
sitting and communing with God with your spirit and your spirit alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
like how you said that, real. That is like a
Yeah.
back door. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
right,
Yep.
because it's like people be walking up and down into certain realms. Because remember, it says it's certain levels of heaven. You know what I'm saying? Where
Right.
there's the first one, then there's the ones where some chained up, then there's ones where it says angels conflict with each other. Then it's just like those are the different dimensions, but each level is like a different like planet. That's why they were like, oh, like let us create them inside of our image. Well, that's
Mm-hmm.
God and the angels, and that's why we're like, oh, men are from Mars and women are from Venus.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Uh-oh. Real went out.
Buddy, you went out. Senna, this is a great live. I am so glad you went live. I can come up here
It's
and
a
have
great, yeah,
rabbit
it's a
hole
great,
conversations.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a great conversation. I've learned a lot. My eyes are open. My eyes are open. I learned a lot. Oh my
Yeah, I'm gonna
God.
I'm glad I actually asked you guys that question because I've been thinking about that a lot. Like, well, if we're here on earth in the flesh,
Mm-hmm.
what is it gonna be like in heaven? What is it
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like to only live in the spirit? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
And then you guys are like, Vaughn, you can totally do that right now. It's like, oh, okay. Like I've
And
already done it.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And it's not always going to be like euphoric. Sometimes it will be just a
Right.
natural normal. It'll be like a new
Yeah.
normal. You know what I mean? There is a lot of
Yeah.
euphoria. There is a lot of euphoria. I'm not going to lie, but sometimes it's just like it's just a sweet it's just a sweet time, and
Mhm.
then things happen. We got to come back into our bodies and into our flesh and into ourselves. But we can totally
Yeah.
have those experiences, and we should, because
Yeah,
God,
because
that's God.
I don't know
Go
if you
ahead.
remember me saying that, Senna, but it like I was telling my mom, like after my baptism, I'm like, man, I just want to go to heaven right now. And she's like,
Yeah.
well, unfortunately, that's not. She's like, no, he's got work for you to do here. He wants you to gather other people to have the experience. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
like. Like I
Yeah.
used to call her and just be like, "Mom, I'm having one of those days like where it's like, man, why didn't the Lord just take me on the day of my baptism? Like, I don't like
Yeah.
being here.
I
I just want to
understand.
go be where it's happy."
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. That's so understandable. That's so understandable.
Yeah.
That's so relatable. It's like, all right, God, you got me. All right, let's go. Let's do this. And
Right.
do you
Like Cinna,
know?
I was totally like, look, Lord, I know I haven't done like a lot of great things, but please just take me now. Like, it's like your other children are, I don't want to live here with them. I just don't.
But you are, because
Right. Every
people are
day,
gonna.
man,
No,
like, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
dope
And
combo,
then,
dope
and
combo.
no, yeah, I watch like a lot of like people who have near death experiences, and when they meet the Lord, it's like they know that they're going to miss their family, but the feeling of being with the Lord is like they said like they did not want to come back. They just
Yeah.
wanted to stay with the Lord. So I
Yeah.
mean, we all feel that way, where it's just like, Lord, no, I don't want to come back. I want to stay with you.
Okay. Like,
You
Senna,
are my safe place. I want to stay with
clinging,
you. I want to have this
clinging. It was
clinging.
like,
Exactly.
please, please don't. I don't want to hang out with them anymore.
Jenny said we have some bad siblings down here.
Man, Janice, it's like, man, like, look,
Yeah,
Lord, I'm not perfect. You know me. But if you just take me right now, I promise you won't regret it.
right. Perfect me in the next 10 seconds. Let's go. Let's do this.
Okay, like, I'm ready. I was like, is this what heaven's gonna be like? I totally want to go right now. I don't want to wait.
You know what, Janice? Janice has. I Yeah, Janice has hit a live before. Has hit a
Oh, she has?
Yeah, she's gone on. She's gone up before. I would like to have a conversation with Janice too, because Janice it seems like Janice has the same experiences and feelings we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
I was gonna
Mhm.
say, I like going down. I call them rabbit holes because
Me
that's what.
too.
But I like it because I do think about that stuff often, and I kind of feel like my mom, we can have certain conversations, but she like how Real likes to talk about the witchy stuff. She don't like
Hmm.
all that. So I like it when I get with you guys and we can just be like, "Hey, you know that too?" And last night when I was talking to my sister, she was
Hmm.
like, "Oh, why didn't you tell me this? And why didn't you tell?" And I'm like, "Well, da da da." Da."
Yeah,
And she's like, "Oh, like, so I like this kind of convo because
yeah.
I feel like you guys get it. So it's not that I'm being weird or strange or you know.
No, right.
Yeah.
I told you the people in my tribe. Y'all are my kind of people. I know y'all.
Yeah.
I already
It's
know
like
y'all. I already
I
know
love when
y'all.
Reel's around. It's like, yes, we're gonna go down a rabbit hole.
Yep, yep. And he's very knowledgeable. Very, very
Yeah.
knowledgeable. He
It's
brings up
like,
some things that
oh,
I've forgotten. Sheesh.
it's like, oh, they're gonna understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I was telling him you had dropped down for a while. I was telling him like I sometimes like I used to be like scared
Mhm.
of like the word forever. Like you're gonna be with the
Mhm.
Lord forever. And I was like, well, when is it gonna end? Like, I don't know why that made me yeah, like I don't know why that made me scared. Like it used to always scare me. Or maybe it was because I was trying to, in my natural mind, think of the word forever, and oh no, it just used to scare me. It doesn't anymore though.
Well, I will say for me, I still have that, and I talked to my mother about this. Like,
Yeah,
I still have that unworthiness feeling, which I think is normal, right? To
yeah,
feel like, because God is good and He cannot withstand any type of evil or bad.
right.
So I think I just judge myself really hard. And I know that he doesn't like a lot of the things that I do,
Mhm.
like, so I think I try to imagine my flesh there and not my spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's like it when we're gonna be there, we're gonna be in front of him. He knows all of our flaws, I'm
Yeah,
gonna say, and he knows our iniquity.
yeah,
So it's gonna be like we're butt naked, in the spirit, and he's
yeah,
gonna see all of that. And I feel like I wouldn't be able to be around him because when when we sin, it makes us dirty, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's how I be thinking. But my mom's like, no, you know, when when you were baptized or whatever, you have like a new slate. So all that bad stuff you were doing before,
Right.
and stuff that I don't do anymore for real,
Right.
you know, that's not that no, all of that is forgiven and washed away. As long as you don't go back and, try to do stuff like that before, you know?
And sometimes you
And
do.
then
And sometimes you
yeah,
do. You
yeah.
you slip
But
back
hey,
into your
as long as you ask for forgiveness,
for
and I'm not talking
forgiveness.
about, like, for example, I'm a smoker, right? So
Mhm.
I don't feel that I can say, Lord, forgive me for smoking cigarettes because I haven't put them down.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like let's say I stole something and I'm no longer a thief and I
Right.
don't live that life anymore.
Right.
I'm forgiven for that.
For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? But I don't think you're supposed to every time you steal, oh Lord, forgive me, because that's not real. That's just you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah, I know what you're saying. That's
repent.
right.
Repenting means to turn away. So
Right.
you have to really put whatever your vice is down, to be forgiven. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Did I
don't
say that
yeah.
right, Senna? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm about to do something, I'm not gonna ask the Lord for forgiveness because I'm going to do it. That's how I feel.
Right.
Sometimes it
Yeah.
sounds bad, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
once
like,
you ask him for
yeah.
forgiveness, you should, yeah, and then you turn it over to him and you say, Lord, you be
Right.
the overcoming one in me. Because we can't do it,
Yeah.
only he
There we
can do
go.
it.
Right.
So
Only he can
yeah,
change our
yeah,
hearts. So yeah, it's not.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not. What I'm trying to say is you don't intentionally sin and think that asking for forgiveness, you're going to be forgiven.
right,
You you can't do that like that every single day. You
right,
have to intentionally put that sin down
right,
and ask for forgiveness, repent, and turn away or whatever.
right,
But don't ever think that there's anything you can do that God won't forgive you for. I want to
right.
put that message out there too, because
That's a great
yeah,
message. He will forgive you for
yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
And
you just gotta mean it
also,
with your heart, yeah, and your
yeah,
actions and stuff.
yeah, also in the like with forgiveness, even with prayer, like I do like to fly. I do like to fly. When I get in the air, I go straight to bed. It's very relaxing for me. But I also
Hmm.
know that I mean, I shortly after you get off the ground, if something happens, you're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
know that. But I used to be like, Lord, give me traveling mercies, take the Lord literally told me like you already prayed that prayer. Like that
Yeah,
prayer
there's nothing
covered
wrong
all
with
your
that.
flights.
Yeah.
Covered all your
Yeah.
flights. We pray about something else, and I was like,
Listen.
oh, I was like, oh, okay,
Listen,
okay.
what is Miss Alice's favorite scripture? Okay, Proverbs 3, what is it? 3 and 5, okay? Trust in
Mm-hmm.
the Lord with all your
All
heart.
your heart.
Lean not to your own understanding.
Right.
And he
All your
what is
ways.
it?
In all your ways.
Acknowledge him in all thy ways, and he
Mm-hmm.
shall
Shall
direct thy
direct your
path and
path.
all. There we go. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
hey, that's a good prayer to pray. Okay. Keep that one. All right. Trust him. You gotta
Denise
trust him.
says he already knows, but he wants you to tell him you did wrong and ask for forgiveness. Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
part, Janice. That
yeah.
part, yeah.
He wants you to tell him. That's right. That yeah.
Because some people be like, God knows what I did. He didn't already forgave me. Not if
God
you
knows
ain't
my
asked him.
heart. I used
Yeah,
that
not
one
if you.
before. God
How,
knows my
look,
heart.
Senna. Look, me too, Senna. God knows me. He know. It's like, yeah, he knows you ain't worth nothing, and
Right.
he knows you ain't. He also knows you ain't asked him to forgive you. So
Exactly.
you can miss
Exactly.
me.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm about to hop off. I'm about to hop off and
Okay.
go. I know it's late, but I'm about to go wash my hair. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I think I need to join you because I need to cut and color my hair before this month ends.
What color are you doing?
Brown. I'm gonna do it's gonna be light brown on me, but the color is
Okay.
brown. It's yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Girl, you got a lot of hair on that head.
Senna, I've never been bald head, but I choose to be bald head by choice, and everybody hates me for it. So
What do you mean?
I've always had a head full of hair, and I get scissor happy because the sky is
Oh,
blue.
no.
So yeah, I'd be like, I want to cut. Jim hates
But does
it.
it grow back?
I
Does
said
it grow back fast?
it does, but I'm older now, and I tied my tubes, so my reproductive system is not the same.
Hmm.
So, like hormones and stuff isn't the same.
Okay.
So I told Jim this was the last time I was gonna cut it, but I was definitely gonna color it. He's like, I hate it. He like it's so funny because when I talk, he just stares at the top of my head.
I can't.
It is hilarious. He hates it, but I absolutely I told him I said I'm not gonna cut it anymore. I just want to color it and let it grow out.
Yeah.
So, and it may not grow to my shoulders anymore either, and I'm okay with that because I like to have my hair in braids anyway or a ponytail. So it's like I don't
Okay.
really need a whole bunch of hairstyles. Like I'm a pretty
Good
simple chick.
night, Janice. Have a great night. Have a great night. Merry Christmas to you as well.
Good
And
night,
blessings.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, Merry Christmas and
Yeah.
Happy New Year to you all if I don't see y'all again. And love you, Senna. Great live. I
Love
hope
you
we
too.
didn't, even though I think we all had fun, but hey, I love a
No, this was a
girl.
great live. This was a great live.
Yeah.
I feel like some weights have been lifted off my shoulder. I had a moment with the Lord this morning where I just like broke down and cried, and I was just before him. And now having these conversations made me feel like another weight's been lifted off my shoulders before midnight. So yes, I'm thankful. Thank you, Lord, for this conversation.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. All
I
right,
love
girly
you, Sam.
Sue. All right, love you. Have a good night. Bye. Shalom. Shalom, you guys.